Petco Park, and already some folks coming down. We're, 4 hours before the start of this evening's game. But if you're ever going to come to a Padre game early this year on a Friday, today is the day. Baja Rick's with all kinds of great game day specials here. I already, Skraby, before the show even started, knocked down a TJ dog.
Of course. I show up and Chris is already
just
eating.
feeding my face. I don't know if you saw the beginnings of that TJ dog, but that's only $10. That's the most unbelievable deal I've ever heard. So they got that. They got the bacon cheeseburger quesadillas for $14, and Braden Soprenin is he just finished his show, but he's not going home because he has to eat all that food.
Look at all that food.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Baja Rick's is here. He is incredible and a great host, and we are so excited to be here. We were here last year for the playoffs, and we're here for the final regular weekend of the season. As far as being home next week, Skraby, pretty much forget about it. The Cubs 12-1 over the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals had 2 outs left to them in the 9th inning. So the Cubs taking care of business at Wrigley Field today. So that means that the Padres have to win all 3, and the Cubs would have to lose their final 2. That's the only way now that the Cubs will come to San Diego. So we didn't expect anything different. And, it's looking more and more like the Padres will begin the playoffs in Chicago, and that means Tony Gwynn Jr. will be traveling to the Windy City with the Padres on Sunday night. Hello, Tony. How are you, sir?
Hello, my friend. How are you?
Well, I'm pretty happy. I mean, if you would have seen the TJ dog that I just ate, you would understand my happiness. It sounded delicious. Yeah, it was really good. So, but I know I know they take pretty good care of you guys up there in the press box. So I'm sure you'll be fine a little bit later. And, so tell us what's the mood like if you're on this Padre ball club, going into this weekend? I mean, you're not thinking you're going to catch the Cubs, but you've still got to stay sharp 3 games before you leave for Chicago. So how do you approach these games?
I think the Cubs situation is really out of your control, right? I mean, you need them to lose their final 2. And so I think as a team, you focus on, trying to be as sharp as you can going into the postseason, because whether you're here or you're in Chicago, you're going to need to go out and play some good baseball. And I think that's probably going to be the focus as the Padres take the field for these last 3. Now, mind you, the Diamondbacks certainly aren't coming in here to roll down. They got to pretty much win all 3 of these games as well to I believe, to get in, because the Mets own the tiebreaker, I believe, with the Diamondbacks. So with that being said, they won't be coming in here to lay down. So in some ways, I think it's good for the Padres. They got a team that's going to come in here and is going to try to push them. And it only forces the Pods to kind of make sure their focus is right, as they don't want to get embarrassed or beat up while these last 3 games happen, and go into the playoffs, with some good mojo.
Some good vibes. Yu Darvish will pitch tonight. And I think that as far as whatever Yu Darvish does tonight, Tony, it'll be with an eye towards his start Wednesday in Game 2 of the playoffs, most likely, as we've been saying, at Wrigley Field. So he's going to have Saturday off. He's going to have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. He's going to have his regular rest 4 days before he pitches that big game on Wednesday. So I think a veteran like Darvish, he's going out there to win tonight. There's no question. But he also has a bigger picture in mind, because that's the way Darvish always approaches stuff.
Yeah, it's tough with Darvish, right? Because I think most guys would be like locking in and trying to, get their stuff right. But Darvish, it's a different set of pitches every time he goes out there, and he may not want to tip his hand on in terms of what he may look to do against the Chicago Cubs. So what he does here tonight, from a type of stuff standpoint, could be completely different than what he does when he takes the mound against the Cubs on Wednesday. So I think for him, it's probably more about command and trying to make sure he's in the zone, because I have no doubt whatever he does here tonight will have no bearing on what happens when he takes the ball in the playoffs.
I know one thing, Wednesday, I will really be looking forward to that start. I know that a lot of Padre fans, based on Darvish's, inconsistency this year, are holding their breath a little bit. I am not one of those people. I trust in this guy, and there is nobody I would rather have out there for game 2. Obviously, Pavetta's going to, hopefully go out and win game 1. But I just, as somebody who used to pitch or at least try to pitch, and certainly never at this level, to watch Darvish operate and to watch how he attacks hitters and sets them up and gets them off balance and hits corners and moves it around, to me, that's a beautiful thing to watch. I just enjoy that. And, hopefully he'll be on his game, Wednesday, just like he was in both playoff games against the Dodgers last year. He could not have pitched better in that Dodgers series. Remember, game 5 they lost, but he only lost it 2-0. I mean, he pitched incredible. And so I feel good. People are like, well, the question mark, the pitching, and, but I don't think so. Pivetta, Darvish, Michael King is a dog. He's going to go out there if there's a game 3. Again, I would, trust in him. My biggest concern is, can the Padres score enough runs to win? Because the Cubs, do have, some offense. And, you're not going to probably shut them out, 2 or 3 games. So can the Padres find a way to score, preferably 4 runs a game, Tony, as we've looked at? That seems to be the big number.
Yeah, I think that's certainly the number come postseason, right? Is the number is 4.
Yeah.
And for the Padres, it's been that number all year. Yeah, I think they are in a good spot to be able to get to those numbers. Now, listen, that is the magic number, but it doesn't necessarily need to be the number to get you a win, right? I think come postseason, these runs that we covet so much become even tougher during this time of year. You're going to be seeing everybody's 1 and 2s, perhaps maybe a 3 in this first round. And don't get it twisted. You get to that second round, if they can get to their 1 or 2 a second time, they will indeed do so. And so, I just think, yes, you set your goals at 4 and more, but you got to be prepared to win games that are a lot tighter than that. And I think the Padres are pretty well equipped, considering that their offense kind of was up and down all season. They played a ton of these 1-run, 2-run games this year.
Yeah, the Padres, a ton is right, Tony. In fact, I have it right here. The Padres already this season, coming into the final weekend, have played 80 games decided by 1 or 2 runs. That's 8-0. And they've won 46 and they've lost 34. So they've been, on the positive side all season long. Now, the Cubs played 44 1-run games, so they played a lot of them as well. They're 25-19.
That's almost
so both
half
teams
the games the Padres played that are 1 or 2-run games.
That's more than half, Tony. It's 80 to 79 games that haven't been 1 or 2 runs.
Oh, that's right, because the season hasn't finished yet. You're
right. We're not done yet. Yeah. So I mean, this is they're equipped for this, and the bullpen is going to be what you're going to count on. When it gets right down to it. And the one thing I also looked at today, because I'm just looking ahead, the Cubs had a losing record this year against left-handed pitching. Now, that doesn't always carry over to the playoffs, but it tells me that they've had a little more trouble against lefties. So my first thought is, well, the Padres don't have any lefties unless you're going to bring Nestor Cortez in to start a game, and I doubt that's going to happen. So you're going to have right-handed starters, but the Padres do have lefties that they're going to be using in this series. And the biggest one to me is Morejon, who is a game changer in the 5th and 6th inning. And I just think that, hopefully he's going to be on his game next week, because I think Mike Schilt is going to lean on him quite a bit, as he probably should.
Yeah, you said lefties. I don't know that there's going to be multiple lefties on this roster come playoff time. There's certainly Morejon is obviously a shoo-in. I'm not 1,000% sure Matsui is going to be a dude who ends up getting on the
there.
Roster.
I think Peralta will be, don't you? And Kyle Hart.
I forgot about Peralta. So yeah, there's multiple lefties you can go to.
Yeah.
And they certainly were going to come in handy, because think if you're getting the 5 that you covet from your starter, right, and you need the lefties, you got 2 dudes who pitched in high leverage. Obviously, Morejon is kind of the separator of the 2 lefties. But Wandy Peralta, especially here as of late, has been pretty good, especially used in kind of the. I've seen him brought in for one batter to finish an inning. We've seen him come in and kind of find that left-handed lane for him, and he's kind of done. He's done really well down the stretch. So yeah, those two guys are definitely going to factor into the series one way or another against the Cubs.
All right, Padres, Cubs, that series is set, and it's closer and closer now to being set in Chicago starting next Tuesday. But before we get to that, we have some fun the final weekend of the season. The Diamondbacks are here for a big game tonight, big game for them. And we have tickets to give away here at Baja Rick's. Skraby told me we have 6 pairs of tickets to give away to this weekend's game. And so what we're going to do, when you get down here to Baja Rick's, immediately go see our friend Jeff Hamby. He's got his arm up over there, but you'll find him and get your name in the hopper, because every 30 minutes from here on out, Skraby and I are going to be drawing a winner of Padre tickets. So come on down. We're at Baja Rick's. We're in the Gaslamp. It's all brought to you by Santo Tequila, 100% Blue Weber Agave. Come down now until 5:30. And did you have a question?
No, I have a statement. If you want to win the,
I have a statement.
If you want to win the tickets, you have to be here. So it's not one of those things where you're going to be able to leave and then we're going to call you. If you want the tickets, we're going to have to be here. You're going to have to be here. Chris is like pointing.
Well, you know what
there's
I'm
a
pointing
Dolphins
at.
jersey.
Look at this guy, man. This guy sitting down right here is an absolute
Oh,
legend.
he's got a Larry Zonka jersey.
He's got a Larry Zonka white Miami Dolphin jersey.
That is pretty incredible, I gotta say. We go.
Get this man a TJ Dog and put it on Skraby's tab.
Oh, my tab.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Hey, thanks for coming down, sir. He's got his dog with him, but the Zonka jersey rocks. I love it. We are underway. Gwynn and Chris from the Gaslamp, Baja Rick's. Jose Iglesias is our Friar Friday interview. He should be coming up any moment now.
2:40 p.m. I just got the text.
Got
literally
the word.
Right now.
All right, so we'll see you. We'll hear from Jose in about 20 minutes. Gwynn and Chris, glad you're with us, everybody, on 97.3 The Fan. Chris, hello. Yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers' great shortstop, Jack Morris, in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chipper Jones, Padre fans remember him. Every fan of a National League team remembers him because he would come in and do damage to that team. Only the second #1 overall pick in the Major League Draft, Chipper Jones, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The other is Ken Griffey Jr. Vladimir Guerrero, never met a pitch he couldn't swing at, and powerhouse hitter for the Expos, and then, of course, the Angels at the end of his career. Jim Thome, over 600 home runs, mostly with the Cleveland Indians. And then, the guy down here on the end who used to get all these guys out all the time, Trevor Hoffman, the greatest Padre reliever of them all. Two of the greatest outfielders in the history of baseball. Of course, you've got Babe Ruth right here. Ted Williams right over there. I was wondering who the third outfielder would be. And then, of course, it hit me. Tony would be upset if I didn't say that the third outfielder, who will someday probably be displayed right here between these two guys, is obviously Mike Trout. And this is the San Diego Padres locker room here in Cooperstown. Obviously a couple of jerseys there and hats, gloves, all-star stuff. I think the most interesting thing in this entire display, though, especially this weekend, is a picture in the top corner of Angus Young. He's the guitarist for AC/DC, wearing a Trevor Hoffman uniform, obviously playing Hell's Bells. I know that Trevor went to many AC/DC concerts and was honored by sitting in the front row to watch AC/DC play Hell's Bells in his honor. But there's a picture of Angus Young playing Hell's Bells for Trevor Hoffman, wearing the 51 jersey right there. Chris, hello. Yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look.
A little bit closer today. They won their ball game, and their magic number is now 1. The next win that they have, or the next loss that we have, it will be sealed, and the Padres will be headed to Chi-Town. Could get that answer later on tonight, or we can get that answer tomorrow. We'll see. Nonetheless, Gwynn and Chris here, Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, my guy, Matt Skraby, my guys down at Baja Rick's, living it up with the good food. People have been asking me every time we have a show at Baja Rick's, I mean, man, is the food really that good? And I was like, listen, I haven't actually had a chance to have it in person, but I know Skraby and Chris rave about it.
Shoot a shot of the
Let's do this.
bacon cheeseburger quesadillas, right?
Look at this.
If you're on the YouTube chat, you can
Bacon
see what we're talking
Oh my
about.
goodness, that looks
quesadilla.
amazing.
Oh,
That looks amazing.
I mean, come on, Tony. You don't even
Good
need
stuff.
you don't even need to see that to know it's good. A bacon cheeseburger quesadilla. Come on.
I mean, it
That's
sounded good, and
automatic,
in the picture it looked good. So
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of matched what it
Yeah.
sounded like.
And of course, it is Baja Rick, so he's got all of the the street tacos and the Cali burritos.
Yes.
And, everything you'd ever want here. I've known Rick. I told Skraby this yesterday. A long, long time. He had a restaurant down in Bonita. Way back when, he used to host the Gulls hockey team down there for a lot of postseason parties and things. And Rick is a great hockey fan, and so I met him when I did the Gulls games a long time ago, and it's just great. I mean, he's been doing this for a long, he's been in the business. He's had a place in Old Town. He's got another place here in the Gaslamp, and now he has Baja Rick's. And he's just a terrific guy, just the most genuine guy you'd ever want to know. And, it's just great to see him here and all these people here. and just having fun at his place, because that's what Rick's all about. So, we're excited to be here. And I noticed some people coming in. If you do come in, make sure you head on over and get your name in the hopper, because you want to have a chance to win some tickets.
He's waving his hand
a
over
little
there.
bit later. We're giving away Padre tickets every half hour.
And you have to be here.
You got to be here to win. So, get your name in there if you do come in, and grab yourself. They got all the drink specials thanks to Santo Tequila and everything. So it's a big party.
100% Blue Weber Agave. I like saying that.
Blue Weber Agave.
I like saying that. Tony, do you know anything about Blue Weber Agave?
No, I don't.
You're asking Tony Gwynn Jr. Not exactly.
He's the only one who drinks. He's the only one who drinks on the show. So I figured that at some point he may have sipped it.
You got to come to the only person who actually drinks alcohol on the show.
Yes, but at the risk,
I don't know anything about that agave.
No, at the risk of calling Tony a teetotaler.
A what?
That's somebody that doesn't really drink a lot.
A teetotaler?
Yeah, I don't think Tony's exactly a fish.
What is that? Wait, did he just say you're a fish? I know what he's saying. I know what he's saying.
I know what the T is for. I did that. Kind of put it together a little late there.
If you come on down, you'll get to hear some teetotalers and whatever else Chris just said.
Nonetheless, there's conversation about the Padres. It's a stupid conversation, I must say, but the Padres punting to somehow get the Mets in. It's just stupid. I don't know that it should even be something we bring up, but I have heard it. No, they should not punt the last 3 games so the Mets can get in and maybe make it a little bit more difficult for the Doyers.
There's a lot of things wrong with that. First of all, Frank
here's the first thing.
Frank Marchese's not going to like that. But secondly, the Reds are still in the running.
Right.
So if the Padres could punt all these games and the Reds could get in. So it doesn't even make any sense to do it.
No, not at all. And then you don't mess with you don't try to
the mojo,
the system. Yeah, play the games, play it like you're supposed to, because it just seems far too often when that is brought up and it seems like it's going that way, that it never works out the way you want it to anyway. So just play the games. Padres got some things they got to shore up anyway. They can't afford to be just kicking back the last 3 games.
We got a lineup, everybody, for the final City Connect game
of all time.
Our countdown is going to be
it's not the final City Connect game of all time.
Yes, it is. They said they're not going to wear these anymore.
It's the City Connects, not of all time. The next year's City or whatever the new City Connects.
Let me clarify. Tony, the mint and pink City Connect.
Tony, I spend my life correcting this guy. It is so nice to have somebody else jump in.
Chris went and give me a little help. Thing, by the way, he was like, "It's all time," and then he's like, "Oh yeah, Skraby's an idiot."
Oh,
all right, line up. Batting first, playing right field, Fernando Tatis Jr. He's back in the lineup. Playing first base, batting second, Luis Arias. Playing third, batting third, Manny Machado. Cleaning up, Jackson Merrill in center field. Batting fifth, Xander Bogaerts in the shortstop position. Left field, Gavin Sheets batting seventh. O'Hearn DHing. Sheets is sixth. O'Hearn DHing is seventh. Cronenworth second base eighth. Catching is Fermin. Every time Tony does the starting lineups on the broadcast, I always sweat because it's not as easy as it seems.
Why do you sweat for him?
Are you sweating for me?
Yeah, I'm sweating for you because it's just it's just not as easy as you think it is to announce the lineup.
Yeah, no,
I think Tony has it down pat. I think you're still working on it.
Now listen, sometimes
is this the Skraby roast today or something like that? What is happening?
You keep serving up fat ones. I can't help but hit them out of the ballpark.
You're throwing alley oops right near the rim, and Chris is just tipping them over.
Yeah. You're turning yourself off. He's turning himself off. He's over in the. I don't know if you can see on the YouTube.
Sorry, man.
He's over in the corner pouting right now. There he is. He's Mr. Pouting.
Fine. I can't handle not talking. So.
By the way, I think the lineup tonight is the same lineup you're going to see in Game 1 on Tuesday.
For sure.
Even with a lefty on the mound. Yeah, and I don't know that the Cubs have announced yet who they're going with, right? But I'm assuming Imanaga. And the reason I'm assuming that is because I have heard that Cade Horton, the rookie right-hander, who's been incredible for the Cubs, is not right yet. And they're still doing some tests and checking him out. He left his last start after 3 innings. And they're not saying – they don't want to give too much information, but, you're getting one of those sense that maybe he's not even going to be ready next week. And if that's the case, I will, be okay with that because he's been really good.
Yeah, no one will be upset about that at all.
Yeah.
So, this is kind of how it goes in your season. I don't know if you remember last year when Chris Sale wasn't able to go that Padres series, right? I mean, and not that I necessarily think it would have changed things, but certainly it gives them a better chance having him go game 1. Instead, they got drubbed, and it just kind of rolled downhill from there.
Yeah, A.J. Smith's shover was not the same as Chris Sale in game 1. And I'm glad you brought that up, Tony, because nobody remembered that. You know what I mean? It's like, what happened last year in the playoffs? Oh, we swept through the Braves. And nobody said, well, yeah, but they didn't have Chris Sale. Nobody cares. We swept through the Braves. That's all that matters.
Didn't they have to get through Max Fried, too, at a certain point?
I think he pitched the second game, and they hammered him pretty well in the early – I think Padres got 6 runs in the second inning off him and then didn't score again. But they won game playoffs? 2. Now, Skraby, don't be going there.
Just being messed up. What was I going to say? Imanaga last night gave up 8 earned runs, so that's a good thing too.
Yeah, he did not pitch well last night against the Mets, so hopefully that's his last start. I know Boyd pitched the night before, so maybe it'll set up for the Cubs. They'd rather have Boyd start game 1, but I'm assuming we're going to see the 2 lefties to start on Tuesday and Wednesday. But maybe Craig Counsell will throw us a curveball there, so we'll have to wait and see.
I think the more intriguing story is what happens in the American League East and how it affects the National League West, or how it affects the Cubs-Padre matchup, right? I mean, we talked a little bit about it yesterday, but our guess is that if the Yankees win the division, they will no longer be a wild card team, and therefore the TV execs don't have to worry about getting them in the prime time, which would then slide the Padres probably a little bit later in the day than it would had the Yankees become the wild card. You got Dodgers, Yankees probably filling up the prime time spots, and then we'll be in an earlier afternoon game.
I agree 100%, Tony. So, for you, the Padre fans ought to be keeping an eye on that Yankee-Toronto race because you're right. If the Yankees are a wild card, they're going to be in prime time. Despite what Skraby thinks, a Red Sox-Yankees wild card series would be the prime-time wild card series, followed by the Dodgers series.
I got some support on that last night.
From who?
From people. From people. They were like, you're so right, Skraby. I could care less about Red Sox-Yankees. Care less.
I could care less about it, but that doesn't change the fact that they're going to put them in prime time.
Right.
So the Padres will –
your feelings don't matter in this particular setting.
Yes, they're not going to ask
Can't wait for Bob Costas to bore me to death.
No, that was cold, man. Bob Costas has done a lot for you over
the
years.
He turned us down for an interview at Cooperstown, which is not his fault. He was busy.
But I think you're right, Tony. The Padres will be playing during the day next week if the Yankees get in the wild card. But if the Yankees win the division – I think it'll slide the Padres to that 4 or 5 o'clock slot in the afternoon, late afternoon. So
yeah, for sure.
We'll have to keep an eye on that.
All right, let's step away, get the break. Jose Iglesias is our Friar Friday guest. You'll get to hear from him next here on Gwynn and Chris.
Party starts at 4:30, 5 o'clock, but you get there at 3:30. That's kind of who we got here, man. We got the diehard party folks out here. We appreciate you guys coming out a little early.
Thank you.
We got Padre baseball tonight, of course, but we are broadcasting live at Baja Rick's, and we'll be here until 5:30. We had Jason already win a pair of tickets to the Padre game this weekend, and we're going to be giving away tickets every half hour. So come on down, get your name in the hopper, and you got a shot to win some tickets. We have Jose Iglesias coming up on our Friar Friday interview in just a couple of minutes, but something really important, Skrabe.
What?
It is Nolan's 12th birthday, and he and his buddies are on their way down to Petco Park to go to the Padre game tonight. And we're passing out birthday wishes to Nolan out there and his gang.
Okay.
We had to get the whole gang in.
Of course.
We got Mason, we got Will, we got Abram, we got Dom. So everybody have a good time.
Love it.
Come on down. And I don't know, they're 12 years old, but they should still stop by Baja Rick's on the way into the ballpark.
They can eat
Of
food.
course
They can
should.
eat food.
They got to eat, yeah. But anyway, man, I remember when I was 12 years old, going to a Dodger game, growing up in L.A., of course, but that was, I know, but that was the only one I could go to. I'm just saying, that was the best thing you could ever be doing. You know, be on your way down to a ball game with your friends like that. So happy birthday, Nolan, 12 years old.
That's awesome.
Sounds awesome. Tony Gwynn Jr., of course, is up there in the booth, and the Padres are getting set for the Diamondbacks. The Cubs did win 12-1 today. Kyle Tucker was back in the Cubs lineup. That is certainly noteworthy. Also noteworthy, Tony, Seiya Suzuki had a grand slam today. He had 2 homers last night. I hope that he is not getting hot again, because he had a really long cold spell the second half of the season. And the other guy that hit a homer today, PCA, and he joined
yesterday too, I think.
Right, he did. So he's joined the 30-30 club for the Cubs. That's a great accomplishment. I've kind of been anti-PCA ever since he lollygagged after catching a fly ball in St. Louis.
Chris, if you do one thing, Chris will never forget about it.
It's not one anything. It's one lazy bum play like that.
Oh my goodness!
Those kinds of things stick with me. And I don't know if you remember, Tony caught a ball in the warning track and kind of lollygagged it and Cadillacked it, and Cardinal guy sacrificed fly scored from second base while PCA was out there messing around. Anyway, that said, he's still a hell of a player, and the Padres will have to be worried about him for sure next week. 30-30, good season for him. Comes out a lot of guys.
PCA is a baller, man. He had a weak moment there, and he paid for it. We haven't heard anything like that since, so I would assume he's learned from it.
Yeah, fair enough, Tony. You're absolutely right. You have to give the guy a chance to recover from that kind of thing, and you hope that that's exactly what happens, is that you learn from it. We had the NFL game last night. We're waiting for Jose Iglesias to call. I don't know how much game you guys saw, but
I got to watch quite a bit.
And I hate to do this because I know nobody cares about my particular fantasy team, but if you had Jackson, Smith, and Jigba last night, it was the most stressful night of my life. The guy didn't catch a pass till late in the third quarter.
I was facing him, so.
Oh, you were rooting against him.
You think that night was stressful? That's not as stressful as my night with my wide receiver on the other side over there. He would eventually get it going, but that first half was rough, man. He looked like he was not going to be willing to be able to pull himself out of that little rut.
It did when he caught that touchdown, which, by the way, I love it when wide receivers drop wide open balls, but then when he has to make a catch that's like super difficult, he could do it. But he got on his knee. I swear to you, I thought he was crying because he was so happy that he caught the ball.
Hey,
he looked like he was reflecting.
He looked so sad on the deflection interception that he had, the second one. I thought, I just turned. I was like, you know what? He's not going to score any points the rest of this game after that interception. But he turned it around, man. Give him some credit.
Yeah, he did. And
how about the kicker? He is going to be the most hated dude for the next week of practice. That kick, the last kickoff that they didn't reach the specific area, moved it up an extra 5 yards, which turned out to be the big difference.
Yeah, that was a huge difference.
And
I like this new kickoff rule, by the way.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like that. I do want to give another shout out to my friend Donnie Myers, who I used to referee basketball with. Donnie's not refereeing anymore, but I've told you guys this. His son is Jason Myers.
Yep.
And he told me all along, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, my son is the best kicker you're going to see. And I'm like, yeah, Donnie, whatever. Well, there he is, winning a ball game again in the NFL. So good for him. He kicked the game after missing one, just prior to that. So that takes some good concentration. But going back to what you said about Marvin Harrison dropping some easy ones and then catching the impossible one, that kind of makes sense to me because the easy ones you have time to think about.
That's true.
An impossible play like that, you just have to let your skills.
You just have to react.
Yeah, you let your skills take over, and hopefully Marvin Harrison realized that he has those kinds of skills because that was a great catch.
I think it was Kirk
he should be doing that.
I think it was Herb Street that kept talking about it last night, that he just looked like he was thinking too much on every single play.
Yeah, absolutely. So hopefully that'll get him because he's he's got the skill and great talent. And finally, Smith and Jigba hit a couple of passes at the end, so I was able to score something. But anyway, Seattle won it 23-20 over the Cardinals. I don't know that the Cardinals shouldn't have gone for 2 at the end. I
thought about that too.
I thought about it too.
Okay, here's why. Because Seattle had time to go kick a field goal.
And they've been moving down the field enough to kick a field goal.
If Seattle doesn't have time left, then I say tie it up and take your chances in overtime. But why give Seattle a free chance to win the game? In a sense. So
if I'm not mistaken, I feel like the Cardinals went for it a few times for 2 last year, and it blew up in their face.
That could be. Yeah.
Those type of decisions have a way of kind of influencing the next time you're in that spot. And that's the first thing I thought of, because I thought when they scored that they were going to go for 2, but it was immediate that Kyler Murray was running off the field. Like, they didn't even think about it, it seemed.
No, the coach is like, get off of there. Let's go. We're kicking it. We're not messing around.
The Cardinals looked so bad in the first half. They got a delay of game on a field goal. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that before.
That's when you know it's bad. You get a delay of game on a field goal.
But I think teams really should consider going for 2 in a game, because you have to feel now as a Cardinal fan and player almost helpless because you never got the ball back and you lost the game anyway. At least if you would have gone for 2, you would have had one chance right there, to take the lead. So
I couldn't help but think as they got within 5 yards, like, oh man, this kicker, I know he is. Because as he was coming off the field, it was almost like he didn't even understand what was happening there. Like, it's like, how do you leave that too short? I get, matter of fact, kicking it in the end zone would have at least saved you 5 yards, right? It would, instead of the 40, it would have been the 35. You were better off doing that at that point.
And that was the 5 yards the Seahawks needed to win the game. All right, it is time for a Friar Friday interview, and we go over to next door where we are, to Petco Park, and our guy Jose Iglesias joins us. Jose, thanks so much for the time. How are you today?
You're welcome. Thank you for having me, guys. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Always great to have you. And Jose, I had the pleasure. I know Tony was down in the locker room, but I was down there as well. And I saw you, having a good time, which I'm not surprised. You are kind of the leader in my mind of, enjoying and having a good time. So how would you rate our postseason celebration compared to some of the other ones you've taken part in?
You know what? It's hard. It's hard to compare. Every time you get the opportunity to be in the playoff, it's a privilege, regardless of what team are you in. Definitely, it's. I think it was a special. I mean, we last year, with the Mets, and we clinched on a game 162. That was special, right? It was a big game. You take all the way down to do that. But this year also, this game, the one we clinched when Fermin got the walk-off and I got him over on the bunt. And it was a great all-around game. That was a great game to clinch out of it. It was a great game for the fans. It was a great game. So I'm extremely happy to be part of this playoff team. And let's continue to take it one day at a time, right? One day at a time.
Jose, you've been a part of these kind of teams, more than a few times in your career. How do you approach these last 3 games? You guys have already clinched a playoff spot. I think the question now is whether it'll be here or whether it'll be in Chicago. Chicago making things a little bit tougher with their win earlier. But how does the team approach these last 3 games of the season?
Listen, you said it right. I mean, we have tonight in front of us, and that's what we have to focus on. I think the most important thing at this point, I always said, is health. Unfortunately, we just, we lost Laureano. That was a big loss for us, but we got to keep pushing forward. We got to continue to play the game hard in the right way and see what happens, right? You're facing in the playoff, you're facing good teams, so it's about fundamentals, about pitching, defense, and put the ball in play.
Jose, beyond some of those fundamentals, I mean, your Mets team last year that made it to the NLCS, and you guys knocked off 2 great teams to get there, Milwaukee and then the Phillies. So in your mind, what kinds of things are most important in terms of on the field and mental preparation to be successful in the playoffs?
Listen, it's experience is important. Control your emotions, and it's all about compete. It's all about compete. I think all those analytic numbers and this and that, yeah, those are important to keep your eyes on those. But playoff baseball, it's about competition. It's about courage. It's about personality. It's about just hit the ball forward and pray, because remember, you're facing the best pitchings against the best teams. So, I would say, in general speaking, I don't have the stat in front of me, but power is going to be low. It's not going to be, a lot of power in playoff. I think it's going to be more it's always come down to a blooper. It's always come down to an error. So that's what's like defense, experience, and pitching. It's to my standard, not the standard of the game, is very important, especially in playoff.
Jose, you mentioned having some type of success in the playoffs and really being experienced in the playoffs. And I think people on the outside here, having experience on your team is important, but they might not understand how. Can you explain how and when experience comes into play once these lights get bright in the postseason?
Well, it's played under pressure. It's played under pressure. That, you got to be yourself. You got to not, try to impress no one. And it's gonna be a lot of people watching to impress. But you got to understand that it's just play the game the right way, do what the game dictates, and deal with failure, because you're gonna strike out. You're gonna have a big strikeout. You're gonna fail in a big situation. But you might have another opportunity, and that's when the experience is in your mind. And you stay sharp for that next at bat, for that next run ball. That's what experience kick in.
Jose Iglesias, thanks for the time, obviously, and thanks for just letting us or coming to San Diego so we could watch you play every day. The thing that I loved, and I know Tony and we talked about, and the fans, is how fast your hands are. It is unbelievable. The play you made the other night, catching the ball, spinning around, throwing home, and I think any other runner than Terang, you would have got him out. So I was thinking, if you ever grew up in the Old West as a gunslinger, nobody would have been able to beat you, man. You would have shot them all down.
Thank you for keeping me alive.
Yeah, but did you ever work on fast hands, or is this something you just kind of had?
Listen, I always say there is a gift, but there is also a lot of work. My dad growing up, all I took I was just taking thousands of ground balls every day. And the reps, it takes you there. There's definitely, a gift from God that I maximize and by doing those reps on the daily basis. Because when I was little, all I did was just catching ball all day long. Any object I have in my hands, I throw in the air and I catch it. I still doing it, and it's a non-stop thing. I love playing defense. I've been very blessed to do it for so long, and also to get recognized. So thank you for the compliment. And like I say, reps is the secret. And I always say you catch the ball with your feet, and the hands are just along the ride.
That is, listen, young kids out there who want to be a good infielder like Jose. You catch the ball at your feet, your hands are just an extension. Jose Iglesias joins us here, Padre infielder. And Jose, you've had about 14 years in this league. You've been very fortunate to play a very long time at this level. And it wasn't always the easiest for you. At what point down in your career did the light go on for you that you really started to figure out, okay, this is what I have to do to have success?
You know what? It's never. I think by knowing that I would never figure this game out, I think that was the secret. I think that was the secret for me to stop being so hard on myself and start falling in love with the process of the things that you guys don't see, like like the weight room, the recovery, the nutrition, the sleep, the mental. All those are so important. I would say equal or more important than the game. You can't live on this game. It's a negative game. Is you can't live on results. So. I would say the last 4 or 5 years of my career, I've been falling in love with the process to get ready and play the game, and not being so caught up on results. And that helps me a lot, not just as a player, but also as a person. It's hard to detach after a game. It's hard to detach.
Yeah.
It's hard to detach your body. You know what I'm saying? Your person with the player. It's
sure.
Two people, so it's hard to kind of separate it. But I think with time and experience, I was able to do that. Learn from a lot of Hall of Famers that I play with. And it's you gotta enjoy life. You gotta enjoy life. At the end of the day, the same guy that wake up at home and have breakfast with his kids and his family is the same guy that put this uniform at night. And it's important to surround yourself with good energy, good comments, and stay positive. That's all you can control, and it definitely helps on a daily basis in this tough game of baseball.
Jose Iglesias, not only a really great ball player, but really a smart guy. Those are great words we can all live by. Jose, thanks so much for the time. Here's to another great playoff run. And as I like to remind everybody when I talk about Jose Iglesias, this man has more Billboard #1 hit songs than Bruce Springsteen does. Don't you forget it out there. Thanks, Jose.
Nobody knows. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Jose.
All right, God bless you guys.
No, that was awesome. I was on the edge of my seat taking in some of that knowledge, Tony. That's good stuff from Jose there.
He's got he's got good perspective. He's seen a lot in this game, and it hasn't always gone well for him. And so a lot of guys, when you've reached the bottom, what we consider the bottom in terms of failure, it opens you up, man. It'll humble you real quick.
Well, he was in the middle of that Mets run last year, and I hope some of that fun carries over to his Padre ball club this year. And we'll all start finding out. Jose's going to get. He may get a start in the Cubs series. I'm not sure yet. If they want to get an extra right-handed bat, they can use him. And again, defensively,
the balls he's hit recently would justify it for sure.
Right, wouldn't be a bad idea.
We never even talked about that home run on Monday. That thing was second deck. Where did that come from?
It sounded like it got shot out of a cannon too.
It did. It was incredible.
I'll tell you, he's the only guy that I mean, how many ground balls that were hit to third base this year? And I thought to myself, wow, what a play, Manny again. It's always Manny. And then I went, oh, no, that's Iglesias.
That's not Manny. No kidding.
Yeah, it's not Manny. Iglesias is just as good as Manny. How many people can you say that about?
Yeah,
not too many.
No, none. Not very many at all.
None.
Right.
Yeah, right. So he's really been a great acquisition. Again, we talked about it on the roundtable. AJ Preller,
Yeah, that's not even one that no one's going to talk about either, right?
I know. Say what you want to say, but he got Pivetta, he got Sheets, and Iglesias. Nobody paid any attention to Iglesias, and man, what a pickup he's been.
Yeah,
so
no doubt.
AJ hit the right buttons in the offseason for sure.
Unfortunately, that was our final regular season Friar Friday of the year.
Friar Friday, man.
That's unfortunate, guys.
There's always another season, Skrabe.
There's 2026, and we're going to try to get some players on during the playoffs, and
this is the final City Connect Day of all time, right, Scrape?
That's what you told me. I heard that from someone, and I believe it was you.
Well, we Scraby and I are celebrating by wearing our City Connect jerseys today for the final whatever mint and pink jersey. But they're going to have new City Connects next year. We have more show to come from Baja Rick's, broadcasting live. Gwynn and Chris on 97.3 The Fan. broadcast. We are broadcasting live. Baja Rick's in the Gaslamp. We got some early folks out here, and we appreciate y'all coming out. Lisi won some tickets. Let's hear it for her. And you're coming down to the game. Make sure you pop by here. Baja Rick's right next door to the Omni Hotel, 6th Avenue and L Street, cross streets, but it's right next to Petco Park. And we're here until 5:30 or so. And it's all brought to us by Santo Tequila, 100% Blue Weber Agave. And Baja Rick's, they've got all kinds of game day specials from $7 16-ounce Blue Moon drafts, Pacifico drafts, Santo Blanco shots, $8 Santo Reposado shots, $10. I don't know how my Spanish is, but I'm doing my best.
Reposados, you said that nice.
Not bad. Santa Margarita, $10. And then we, of course, Skraby and I are taking advantage of all the food.
Oh, man.
The TJ dog was $10, which is ridiculous. And Skraby's enjoying the bacon cheeseburger quesadilla, which even Skraby is having trouble making his way through. So that gives you an idea how good it is and how much of it there is.
It is delicious.
Yeah, that's $14. So come on down, enjoy a pregame party here at Baja Rick's, and Gwynn and Chris, and win some Padre tickets to boot. So
to boot, you say? I
really enjoy talking to Jose Iglesias. I mean, so many guys give you a stock answer. And that's not to say that, they shouldn't, right? I mean, they get interviewed a lot, so I understand it. But Jose Iglesias giving you really well thought out answers. And if you listened, really listened, which is, by the way, an underdeveloped skill in most of us, just listening.
I'm really good at it, actually.
You think you're good at it?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
I notice things.
You go ahead and think that. But,
I see.
But Jose Iglesias has some really good, knowledgeable, things that he was talking about there, and made me feel like, when Mike Schilt is done with the pregame talk next week in Chicago, that maybe Jose Iglesias ought to get up and speak to the team too, just to make sure everyone's in the proper frame of mind heading into the Cubs series. The Cubs did win today, 12-1 over the Cardinals. If you're just tuned in, Suzuki hit a grand slam in that game. PCA hit his 30th. And the Cubs now are either one win or one Padre loss away from clinching the 4 seed, which means that mathematically the Padres would be going to Chicago for the wild card series next week. So we got that. We talked about the Thursday night game. We got a pretty good college football weekend also coming up, Scrape. San Diego State will look to, build on what they did last week. I think, Sean Lewis and those kids, they caught a lot of people's attention with that 34-0 score over Cal.
Yeah, caught my attention.
Yeah, right. And I think a lot of people are going to be saying, okay, now what are they going to do? Now they're going on the road. They're playing Northern Illinois, but a team they can probably beat, but you always have to play well on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're traveling, and Northern Illinois is, I think you fly into Chicago and then you bus like
3 hours. Or something.
It's not really near stuff.
Do you know what town it's in?
Yeah, DeKalb, Illinois. And I remember driving on the bus there a few years ago, and all I saw was a bunch of corn husks and stuff. For as far as the eye can see. So that university's in the middle of nowhere. And, let's hope the Aztecs can build on that. Because I don't want everybody saying next week, oh, the Cal game, they just got lucky. Right? I don't want to hear that. Because I know people are waiting to say that.
Yeah.
If they stub their toe.
Yeah, I agree.
I want people to say what they should be saying, which is, maybe Sean Lewis is the right guy. And this thing is, now heading in the right direction.
Yes.
So that's what I want, coming out of this Northern Illinois game on Saturday. We'll see. There's some other good games, though. Oregon, Penn State. Here's what I like about Oregon, Penn State. Either James Franklin, the Penn State coach who I can't stand.
Yes.
Or Dan Lanning, the Oregon coach, who I also can't stand.
I don't.
One of those guys is going to get roundly criticized for losing this game, and I'll be right on top of the shouting, thing with them. I don't like either guy. So at least somebody's got to lose, right?
Yeah, I'd rather Dan Lanning lose because
you want Dan Lanning to
every
lose?
time he looks into the camera and says something, he's got a smirk on his face like, I am just so much better than you.
I don't disagree, Skraby. Dan Lanning is way too full of himself for a guy that just has more at his disposal.
He has a
than
lot.
99% of coaches in football.
Which is fine because it's the circumstances that he was hired into.
Yes, but he acts like he's better than everyone, and he's just not.
He acts like he's some small college who.
Yeah, no, you're right. And he'll tell you straight to your face, if you want to compete with the big boys, and you got to go out and spend the money like we do, well, what do you have to do with that, Dan? You have nothing to do with that. You just happen to work at Oregon, where the Nike thing can carry the day. You didn't do anything special. You just happened to work there. So shut up and coach your team.
I love it when Chris goes on rants.
But every time he wins a game, he puffs his chest out. Oh yeah, we're Oregon. We kick everybody's butt. What's funny about Dan Lanning? I didn't hear a peep from that guy after that Ohio State Rose Bowl last year.
Which is, I kind of respect, because at least he knows when he should be quiet and when he should be talking.
There wasn't much he could say on that one. So maybe you're right. Maybe I will root for James Franklin to beat him. And the one thing I can count on is that if James Franklin is way ahead, he will definitely try to pile on the score, because that's what James Franklin's all about. We've seen that in the past.
Yeah, no one should be complaining about running up the score if that does happen, because both of them do it.
So that's that game. We got Georgia-Alabama, which is another good game. Has it lost a little of its luster? Honestly, Alabama already got whooped by, Florida State. Georgia's not even anywhere close to what they used to be. I'm just saying that to try to get our bosses Adam Klug's attention.
I know. I have a really good friend who's a Georgia fan, and she's so into this season.
Adam can correct us on this, but Alabama is playing at Georgia, and that hasn't happened since the Eisenhower administration or something.
It's been a while. Wow.
Yeah, Alabama.
I didn't realize this.
Well, because Alabama's so arrogant, they just told Georgia 20 years ago, we're not going to ever go play you there.
How do we get into the anger channel? All of a sudden, you're just complaining about all these college football things.
Well, I don't like, arrogant, big-name college football programs, and we just talked about 4 of them. So, I think I'm more of a middle-of-the-road college football guy.
A middle-of-the-road college football guy.
Yeah, a couple of NFL notes to pass along to you. Jaden Daniels going to sit out another game for the Commanders, and Terry McLaurin's also not playing in that game.
I didn't hear that.
That's
you know who is playing?
For who? Washington?
No, for 49ers.
No, I didn't ask you about the 49ers. We're talking about Washington. But all right, who's playing for the 49ers, Skraby?
Brock Purdy.
He's back. Brock Purdy's back. They're going to bench Mac Jones after 2 big wins?
Yeah, I mean, Mac Jones, he also hurt himself in the last game.
You got to put your starting quarterback in there. And they get Jacksonville this week, which normally wouldn't seem like much of a game, except for, according to a lot of reports out there, the Jacksonville Jaguars are cheating or trying to cheat the game. Talk about this.
Yeah.
Because Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator of the 49ers, I guess at first he said he doesn't mind, but now they're saying he's complaining about it.
No, the media is complaining about it and making this a bigger story. It's not like baseball and stealing signs, which is totally accepted, and you just got to figure out a way to do it. Same goes with football, but he said, Robert Saleh said that the Sean McVay disciples are really good at doing this sign stealing
your signs.
So it's the Kevin O'Connell,
Kevin O'Connell's
Liam Cohen, and Sean McVay, and then one other guy. But Robert Saleh said, you can do this. We just got to be better at hiding our signs or changing them up or whatever.
Look, if you don't think that they steal signs in football or try to, why does every coach call every play in with a sheet in front of his face? I mean, they know that teams are trying to do this.
I know. I don't understand it.
It shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody that people are trying to get your signs. So this seems like such a non-story. Jacksonville's cheating and stealing signs. Well, every team in the league would steal signs if you let them.
I think
they want to know your play.
I think what happened was that Robert Saleh brought this up, and then it just blew up because no one's ever really talking about defensive sign stealing in the NFL.
Well, I know one thing: when Jacksonville wins on Sunday, the media in the Bay Area will boo-hoo all their way.
Wait, did you say when Jacksonville wins?
Yes, when Jacksonville wins on Sunday,
Ugh.
the San Francisco Bay Area media will boo-hoo-hoo the 49ers and say they had it robbed and taken from them. Because that's what you people in the Bay Area do.
You're creating storylines that
you watch. You watch.
This guy makes up more stuff in his head.
All right, Adam. All right, keep tabs on this, Adam. When he comes in Monday, one of the first things he's going to say is, "No, they took it. They stole it from us."
Well,
if
it's egregious, then I will say it.
Get out. Anyway, the 49ers, easiest schedule this side of Buffalo, because Buffalo just got to play Miami last week. They have New Orleans at home this week, and they have New England at home next week. Who did Buffalo schedule? My goodness. 3 home games in a row against the 3 worst teams in football.
You don't want my
for
answer.
Buffalo.
It's
the NFL wants Josh Allen to win.
Boom.
Everything's a conspiracy with this guy.
It is though.
Everything's a conspiracy.
They want Jalen Hurts to win.
Guy.
They want Josh Allen to win. They are over Patrick Mahomes now, and so he has moved into 3rd.
I see. And where do the 49ers rank on the list of the NFL wanting them to win?
I don't think they want the 49ers to win.
Well, then God bless them.
This guy's hard to deal with today, everybody.
And by the way, if the NFL is controlling all of these games, what did the Dolphins do so wrong that they're like the worst team in history?
Well, their
all of a
owner
sudden?
is always in trouble. So,
I see. Okay.
Yes, their owner is always in some sort of trouble.
But at least according to you, I don't have to worry about the Dolphins being bad because there's nothing they can do about it. It's all being controlled by the NFL.
You're right. The script.
All right. Very good. Thank you, Skraby.
You're welcome.
We will. So no need to preview the NFL games this weekend. They have all already been determined. We'll take a break. We will do some daily gambit. We have our Big Five. We have a countdown today.
A special countdown.
Special countdown to celebrate the final day of the City Connects. I never know how to describe
the mint
these.
and teal, the mint and pink.
Mint and pink, because
City Connects.
Mint and teal are pretty similar colors.
They are.
Yeah, the mint and pink City Connects are saying goodbye tonight. So we'll have a special countdown on that. More Gwynn and Chris ahead.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
We've got some slowdowns on the 163 both ways with police activity right by Balboa Avenue, and then a crash on the 94 eastbound. That's going to slow you down just before the 15. You also have a stall in the 15 northbound right at Rancho Bernardo Road. That takes out the left lane, and somebody else broke down, this time southbound on the 805 at La Jolla Village Drive, and the left lane is blocked. I'm Swella with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.
You what?
It was supposed. Never mind.
All right, don't explain
Board
it
talk.
to me.
Board talk.
Don't
Kyle's all
explain
good
it
back
to me.
there.
All
Our
right.
guy Kyle Ovenshire. Don't call him Ovenshire. Is back in studio helping us.
I just call him Kyle O.
Kyle O. Okay, I guess that works too.
Yeah.
We're going to start with the bets that we did yesterday. Mets -1.5 on the run line at the Cubs last night. You guys chose the Mets. I chose the Cubs, and the Mets started out really well, but they ended up almost losing this game. They pulled it out, though, 8-5. So you guys are right on that one. Who had more strikeouts, McLean for the Mets or Imanaga for the Cubs? And you and I, Chris, chose Imanaga. Tony chose McLean. McLean had 11 Ks. And Imanaga only had 3. He also gave up 8 earned runs. I really like seeing him struggle before the Padres go in there and play them for the wild card.
McLean, if the Mets make the playoffs, will pitch game 1 against the Dodgers. He's been that good.
He is good.
Been really, really good since coming up.
Detroit at Cleveland. The Guardians were -1.5 on the run line. We all 3 went with Tigers, and the Tigers did actually end their 8 or 9 game losing skid 4-2. So they are now tied again at the top of the AL Central. 3 final games for those teams to determine the AL Central winner. They're not playing each other, but it's still up for grabs. White Sox, which game combined for more runs? White Sox, Yankees, or Red Sox and Blue Jays? You guys went Yankees and White Sox. I went Red Sox and Toronto. The Yankees won this game 5-3, so that's 8 runs. The Blue Jays won this game 6-1, so that's 7 runs. You guys win that one. Seahawks -1.5 at the Cardinals. Chris and I went Seahawks. I was like, why did I put Seagulls? And I remembered I was on that kick yesterday. Seahawks 23-20. So we win that one because they were able to pull out that field goal at the end. Who had more receiving yards? Jackson Smith and Jigba -20 or Trey McBride. Tony and Chris said JSN. I said McBride. JSN had 79 yards minus those 20 is 59, and Trey McBride only had 52. The passing offense for the Cardinals last night was interesting at best.
Well, Jackson Smith and Jigba drove me nuts, though. I mean, he had 2 catches for like 3 yards until the final 4 minutes of the game. And then thankfully for us fantasy owners, he came alive.
Yeah, and
he actually caught the pass that set up the winning field goal.
He did. Did you see the part where he walked past the referee and he said a swear word and the referee gave him the death stare?
No. What was the swear word for?
It was because he was called for holding.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then he walked through the guy right before he announced the holding, and he goes, "That's BS."
Oh, okay.
And the guy turns off his mic and just stares at him. I thought he was going to throw a flag. But final bet, Kyler Murray over under 30.5 rushing yards. Tony and Chris said over. I said under. He had like 41, I believe. I didn't put it on the list. He just
made it over.
Yeah, he did.
All right, I'm 13-9. You're 12-10. So you got to pick up a game here as we head into the weekend. Tonight, Padres D-backs 7.5 runs. Tough one because Darvish is starting. Milkman going for the D-backs. By the way, it took me like 5 years to figure out why they called Zach Gallen the Milkman.
Really?
Yeah,
5 years.
Never understood that until I was like, oh,
Gallon milk.
Yeah.
Oh, we put it together finally.
Right. It never worked at the beginning. Over under, I'll say, it's a tough. I don't think anybody's going to bring it tonight. I'll say under.
You don't think anyone's going to bring it tonight?
No, I don't. Nobody brings it tonight.
I'm going to say over.
Okay. Boston, Detroit. This is a big one in the American League. Red Sox favored by 1.5. Red Sox are trying to hang on to the wild card. Detroit's trying to hang on to the division, the wild card, and everything. So there's a lot at stake here. Boston at home, 1.5 over the skidding Tigers. You got Bo Sox.
I got to take the Red Sox at home.
Going to take the Bo Sox.
I mean, Tigers aren't playing well at all.
They're not, but they keep it within a run tonight. I'll take Detroit. On we go to tomorrow in the college football ranks, and we got San Diego State -1.5 at Northern Illinois. You did pick Cal last week. I may make you pick Northern Illinois this week just to keep it going.
I'm going to because they need to prove it to me on the road now.
Oh, man.
They need to prove it to me in back-to-back weeks.
All right. Well, the Aztecs are going to prove it to you. I'll take them. Penn State -3.5 against Oregon at Happy Valley. I can't believe Oregon is getting points, honestly. But
I can't either. But,
it's a rematch of the championship last year in the Big Ten. I think Oregon won that one.
I think
It's
I'm
a
going to have to
wild
go
game.
with Oregon getting points.
All right. I'm going to go with what I said earlier. Penn State wins by 40.
40 is a lot.
And then James Franklin calls timeout so that he can win by 43.
Oh, look at this. We got Scrabinator showing up with Dolphins colors.
Come on. Let's hear it for these Dolphins fans.
Where did all
coming
these
in
Dolphins fans come from?
here. We need a little love right now, Skraby. It's been a tough season, you know. Georgia minus 2.5 over Alabama at Georgia. I did look it up. Alabama's only come to Athens like 5 times in the last 50 years.
That's
I don't know
interesting.
why that is, but they are there this week. I'm going to take Georgia. I don't think Alabama's any good this year. I mean,
I'm going to take Georgia at home, too.
Take
I wonder if
Georgia.
it was because they had 2 SEC conferences and they just weren't in the same one, and so they never had to
No,
play
they've
each
been
other.
in the same conference the entire time.
And
Oh, there's
just-
a Bama fan back there.
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
Different divisions. That's what it was.
Between you and I'll take Bama. I just
It
told
was
her
that.
I'd take Bama.
It was not different conferences, different divisions within the SEC.
But before the divisions, there were no divisions in the SEC, and still Bama and Georgia didn't play each other.
That is weird.
So I don't know. Somebody'd have to, get to the bottom of that. LSU plays Ole Miss, 57.5 points. Both teams are undefeated in the SEC. Skraby at Ole Miss, if that matters to your
It doesn't.
prognostication here.
But I feel like it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'll go over.
I'm going to take under, and you know what I'm going to root for here? Oh, boy. This is another tough one. Brian Kelly or Lane Kiffin?
I'll definitely go with Lane Kiffin all day.
I'll go for a 13-13 tie, and they just can't get it decided in the overtime.
There's no such thing as ties.
I know, but that just, boy, both of those coaches. Vikings Steelers playing Ireland.
top of the
Jolly old
morning.
Ireland.
Top of the morning.
Quick story, Aaron Rodgers upset at the Steelers. They didn't go to Ireland early enough in the week for his liking
Well, he's probably right here, and I'll tell you why.
because he wanted to tour the city. He's upset
Oh,
that he
is
didn't.
that why?
Yes, he's upset he didn't have enough time to look around Ireland. Says
Okay,
he's
well,
a-
that's a different.
Aaron Rodgers says, I'm a great historian. I like to experience these things.
What is it? Is this? Are you making this up?
No, it's right here. Aaron Rodgers. Hey, this is Aaron Rodgers. I think, honestly, in this case, it's not a big deal. They're just trying to make him look bad. But you know Aaron Rodgers. He has to comment about everything.
Hey, if I'm getting an expenses paid trip to Ireland, I want a little bit of time to go walk around the city.
You want to go early?
Yeah.
Well, I have another idea for Aaron Rodgers.
What?
Buy your own plane ticket, and
Well, he
whenever
could
you
do
want,
that.
go to Ireland. He can get there any day of the week.
He's probably required to show up at practice before they go. So.
But what I'm saying is he can go if he really wants to go to Ireland that badly.
He'll
During the
just-
offseason, he can go to Ireland.
He'll
Aaron
go-
Rodgers
no.
has that ability.
He's going to go and schedule it for the middle of the first week of training camp next year.
Yeah, very good point. All right, who's up here? I'm gonna take your guy, Kevin O'Connell, but I'm not.
What
I'm
is the
not-
point spread?
Oh, sorry, it's not. It's actually 40.5 points. So there's no point spread. 40.5 is really low. Vikings got all those turnovers last week.
I don't think J.J. McCarthy is going to play either.
I don't either, but the Steelers have been not great. I'm going to say over 40.5. Put on a little show for the folks in Ireland.
Yeah, I'll say over as well.
Over. By the way, the Vikings are playing in London next weekend. So they're staying over there the whole time.
I did know this. They're trying
Yeah.
to do that now so that teams don't have to do all the travel.
Vikings are going to play in London next week against, I think it's Cleveland. All right, Chargers. Go Chargers. Go. At New York, Gigantes, 6.5 points. Chargers favored in Jackson Dart's debut.
Chargers, I hate to say it, but they're looking really good right
You're
now.
liking the Chargers?
But
yeah,
I picked Jackson Dart to be the savior. I'm going to pick him in this game.
going to take him plus the points.
Yes. Some claps here.
Yeah, a little love for Jackson Dart in the crowd.
Anti-Chargers is what
You know,
it is.
Jackson Dart learned from only the best, Lane Kiffin.
I know he did. Your favorite guy.
So I'll take the Chargers in those circumstances. Your 49ers,
49ers.
3-0, by the way.
Yes, sir.
Hosting the Jags.
Okay.
46.5 points.
Okay.
Over, under, with Brock Purdy returning to the Niners.
I got to think under because the Jaguars cannot score points.
Yeah.
They
Their
win their
defense
games
is
like
pretty good.
14, 10, 17-14.
One of their disappointments has been Brian Thomas so far.
Yeah.
And anybody who drafted, Travis Hunter.
Who would ever do that?
I mean, come on. I told you at the beginning of the year that you would never once put him in your lineup.
I already used him twice, and now he's out of my lineup because he's playing more defense than he is offense.
Somebody brought it up correctly. If you want to play receiver in the NFL, you're going up against the best in the entire world, and they practice it every day.
Yeah.
You don't have a time to go work on cornerback for 5 hours a day.
No, I was listening to someone talk about this morning, and they were saying the exact same thing. He needs to focus on one or the other, but they're splitting him for whatever reason.
All right, I'll say over. I say the 49ers put up a big number here. And then the WNBA playoffs, we're getting into the nitty-gritty here. Game 3 of the semifinals, Las Vegas at Indiana. Las Vegas favored by 3.5 on the road. Series is tied at 1. Indiana did steal game 1. Las Vegas came back in a rout in game 2.
I don't know that the Fever have enough, so I'm going to go with Vegas.
Well, you know what I'm doing.
You're going to go with the Fever.
No.
Oh,
yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, the Fever. I want Indiana to win the championship with Caitlin Clark not on the team. I think that'd be hilarious.
That would be kind of crazy. It's kind of like when Bryce Harper left the Nationals, they immediately won the World Series.
Well, the thing, I'll be honest with you, it wouldn't be the worst thing that ever happened to the WNBA because the people who don't follow it think that the whole league is Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? And so if the team that she's on won the championship, I think it would be, some people would say, wait a minute, there might be some other kids who can play, which there are.
There are. I mean, there are 5 players on the court per team.
We just don't know about them. So I'll take Indiana there. All right, we'll take a break. There's our Gambit coming up next, a special countdown, which has been put together by Mr. Skraby. So I'm kind of excited about seeing what that's all about. We'll give away some more Padre tickets. Come on down to Baja Rick's as we continue rolling ahead of Padre baseball on 97.3 The Fan.
Chris here at Baja Rick's in the Gaslamp. We are getting more and more people showing up, and everybody's very excited for the Padres game tonight. Everybody's wearing their City Connect stuff. So come on down. We're broadcasting live from Baja Rick's in the Gaslamp, brought to you by Santo Tequila, 100% Blue Weber Agave. Come down from now until 5:30 p.m. We're still giving away some tickets to the game every half hour. We're going to give away a pair of tickets, but you have to be here to win. Also, we have an autographed baseball that we're going to be giving away around 5 p.m., which, again, you have to be here to win. We're about to do the countdown, which is something that I went through this morning, and I looked at every single Friday home game since the City Connect mint and pink jerseys were debuted on July 8th of 2022, and I pulled out some of the games that I thought were the best. So we're going to do that in just a second. Chris, actually, now that he is not here, he had to run off because Chris doesn't do anything easy. And he forgot to go put quarters in the meter, which Chris is the only guy these days that uses quarters in the meter instead of using his card. So he goes, "Oh, I was supposed to put quarters in the meter." And I go, go run. I'm not going to make fun of you at all. Here is me making fun of Chris because he is putting quarters in his meters or in his meter right now. I hope it's not surge pricing for him right now, because then he's putting $10 worth of quarters in there. So he'll be back here shortly in just a second. He's going to be back here in just a second. He told me his car was very, very close, but we are here with the final City Connect game. And I think that these uniforms, these City Connect uniforms, were half and half. Half people loved them, half people hated them. How many people here are fans of the City Connect? Cheer for me. So we got a bunch of hands in the air. You know, what about, I know I get that. I get the Miami references, but when I was reading about them this morning, I was saying, like, I was reading some of the opinions on them from around baseball, and a lot of the people outside of San Diego really liked them because the City Connect colors were much different than the Padres colors of yellow and gold, or golden brown. So I personally do really like these colors. And again, it's not because the Padres gave me a jersey with my name on it, but I do think that these are the only colors that I'll wear. I usually wear black, and you can see I have a black t-shirt underneath. But yeah, the City Connect colors are going away tonight. They're going to have new ones next year. We're not sure when they're going to debut or anything like that. Here he comes. Everybody give a round of applause for Chris. He's back. He just spent, what, $10 in the meter right now?
Yep.
Is it really? He's putting on his headset right now.
It's $10 an hour now.
Yeah, I know that.
I didn't know that. So
I've been telling you this for weeks.
So I now have to go back in another hour with another $10.
Just put your card in the machine.
Unbelievable.
I have literally been telling you about this $10 surge pricing for about a month and a half.
When I got here, it was $5 an hour. And so
it was $5 an hour?
Yes, this afternoon. So it changes evidently later in the day.
Wow.
Unbeknownst to me.
Okay.
I just want to let everybody know in the city government that I'm helping pay your salary right now. So,
we don't know where that money goes, Chris.
Well, hopefully some of it goes to their salary.
I hope it doesn't go to their salary whatsoever. Again, we're broadcasting live from Baja Rick's in the Gaslamp, brought to you by Santo Tequila, 100% Blue Weber Agave. Come down now from now until 5:30 p.m. Again, baseball, autographed baseball to give away at 5 p.m. I have been eating the cheeseburger quesadilla. It is delicious.
You've been working on it for like an hour and a half, too.
It's hard to eat a cheeseburger quesadilla and talk at the same time.
I would think.
I would much rather just not talk and eat the quesadilla. But anyway, come on down. There's lots of good food. There's lots of seafood as well, tacos,
Baja Rick,
drink specials.
Baja Rick gets it done.
Yes,
Let's hear it for Baja Rick, guys.
Let's hear it for Baja Rick.
He's here. He's in the back somewhere.
Is he hiding?
I don't know. He's serving everybody food.
Okay.
Right.
With that being said, we have our special countdown of City Connect moments.
Okay.
So let's hit traffic, and then we'll get into the countdown.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Stop and go delay southbound on the 15. You got to crash right by the 56. And then the southbound side of the 163 just before the 8. There's another accident. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Sue Aller with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's now time for Gwynn and Chris to rank their top 5 of the day.
Gonna grip and rip as usual.
But this isn't just a regular top 5 list.
I love it. It sounds sadistic, but I love it.
This is the countdown. And it starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
So it's more of a special edition countdown. We're not going to have the traditional 5 through 1 from both of us. I put together these moments, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some. I got to say, though, before we go into this, Chris, there were a lot of L's in the City Connect colors.
Losses?
Yeah.
Did people keep
on
track
Friday.
of that?
No, well, I was going through, and I was like, I can't pick from this game because they lost. I can't pick from this game because they lost.
Well,
so,
okay.
I think I need to go back and get the record.
I don't know what the actual record is, but they won on Fridays at home for 4 years.
Since 2022.
And they made the playoffs in 3 of the 4 years.
So they're
I
pretty
would say
good.
they're pretty successful run for these City Connects.
All right,
and,
sorry.
Just one last thing. I heard you talking about it while I was doing the
run
to the coin deal for my car. I don't know. I can't.
Coin meter.
The meter. And I love the City Connects.
Yeah.
I'm on record. I always liked them.
Yeah.
The one thing I would have had just for fun, I don't know if it's obviously too late now. I think it would have been fun to have some gray City Connects and wear those on the road on Fridays.
Oh.
I don't know if that's legal.
I don't think it is.
City Connects are supposed to only be at home, I guess.
For their city, yeah.
Okay. But I just thought that would be kind of fun.
At least they didn't look like the White Sox Bulls ones.
Some of them were hideous. Some of them were hideous.
Philly ugly.
Some of them were hideous.
All right. I have some highlights and I have some moments. But the debut of the City Connect jerseys that Chris and I are wearing right now, July 8th, 2022, Padres beat the Giants 6-3. Blake Snell goes 6 innings, 11 Ks, and Nick Martinez gets a rare 3-inning save in this game. So July 8th, 2022. But Manny Machado started things off with Chris's favorite play.
2-1, and Manny hits it in the air out to deep left center field. Mercedes racing back, looking up, gonna go! A 3-run homer for Manny Machado. He has gone deep for a second consecutive night, and before the Padres have made a single out here this evening, they take a 3-0 lead.
They go on to win 6-3, but Manny starts it in the first with a 3-run homer.
After Manny's at bat, we thought that they would never make an out in the City Connect jerseys.
Yes, we did.
But eventually they did. You bringing that up because it was a 3-run homer.
Yeah.
And
it was the first night.
I'm looking at it last night. Padres this year hit 10 3-run homers. Cubs 27.
Ooh.
That's one area that I am, mildly concerned about next week.
Wrigley is an easier park to hit.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I know. We're going to fast forward all the way to May 5th, 2023. Fernando takes Kershaw deep twice, and here is his second homer of the game.
Fernando waiting on Kershaw as Grisham leads. Here's the pitch. Fernando hits a missile in the air, deep to left field. Gonna go! A line drive home run. His second of the night, and the Padres lead it 3-1.
They go on to win 5-2. And the reason I'm bringing this up, this was the infamous crying Kershaw meme on the big screen. May 5th, 2023 was that.
Whoever was responsible for that is really happy you brought it up again.
It's not going to go down in history.
Not as one of our great moments.
Not as one of our great moments.
But one of the great things about that highlight there, Grisham was on base for a rare occurrence back then.
Rare occurrence.
Now that he's on the Yankees, of course, he's, Babe Ruth, but he wasn't before.
Now we fast forward again to May 10th, 2024. Dodgers in town. This may be the best pitched game I've ever seen in person.
All right.
Because King goes 7, strikes out 11, only gives up 1 hit. Tyler Glasnow goes 7, strikes out 10, gives up only 1 hit. But our guy, Luis Arraez, first home game as a Padre after he was traded to the team. And here is how he got acquainted with San Diego.
Left-handed batter. Here's the first pitch from Grove. Line into center field and a base hit. Wade's on his way to third. He's going to be waved. Outman's throw is on the way. No chance. And the Padres walk it off. Who else? Luis Arraez.
I love that. You can take there's the highlight. But Luis Arraez walk off for his first home game as a Padre. They beat the Dodgers, and things were good.
Yeah. They all loved Luis that night.
Okay. How many people here love Luis? Give him a round of applause. All right. There's more people than not clapping right now. So
Don't ask how many want to move down in the order, though.
I went into the clubhouse that night, and everybody was crowded around Luis Arraez, and they're like, "What did you see? How did you do it?" And he's like, "I just want to hit the ball." That's all he said was, "I just want to hit the ball." That's it. So there we go. We were acquainted with Luis Arraez. June 21st, 2024. No highlight here. Just Padres beat the Brewers 9-5. Jake Cronenworth and Manny Machado combined to go 9 for 10 in the game.
Whoa.
With Crone going 5 for 5 and scoring 4 runs in that game. So big offensive night. Our next highlight is July 5th, 2024. It is a game against the Diamondbacks. The Padres actually gave up a grand slam and a 2-run home run in the top of the 9th inning to go from 7-2 Padres to 8-7 Diamondbacks. Bottom of the 9th, though, Profar leads off with a homer to tie it up 8-8. Jake Cronenworth walks, and Manny does this.
Here comes Manny.
Seawald is set. Here's the pitch. And Machado swings, hits it in the air, deep to left field, way back, gonna go! From gut punch to walk-off. Second home run of the inning for the Padres, and Manny Machado wins it with a 2-run homer.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. I remember this game. I remember being heartbroken that the Diamondbacks took the lead, and then Manny and Jurickson Profar take it home.
Yeah, Manny's done some good things.
You think?
Yeah.
You think?
One of those good things was not the other night, though.
Which one?
The last game.
The 0 for 4?
Yeah.
Because he was hungover, someone told us.
Somebody thought he was like, they were like, "Are you kidding me,
Yeah,
Manny?"
yeah.
Like, Manny's hungover from 2 days ago. I'm like, all right.
I don't know. I don't
Now
drink.
it's getting now we're getting a little silly.
I don't drink anymore, but I've heard the
Yeah.
hangovers get worse as you get older. So
Okay,
maybe
he had
he is only like 32.
If he
so.
forgot, he struck out 4 times in the last game. So
I'm sure,
he doesn't want-
that Manny
I'm
really
sure he
loves you
doesn't want-
saying
yeah,
that.
He's happy I reminded everyone.
All right, just a couple more. August 23rd, 2024. Padres beat the Mets 7-0. They have 16 hits in the game, but Padres pitching really was the show. They shut out the Mets. Joe Musgrove goes 7 innings, 1 hit, 9 Ks. Jason Adams struck out the side. Sean Reynolds struck out 2 to hold the Mets to just 2 hits and 14 total Ks. Let's hear a Joe Musgrove highlight just because.
Musgrove ready on 1 and 2. He delivers. Alonso swings and misses. Strike 3. Blew a fastball past him up in the zone, and Musgrove strikes out the side here in the 7th inning. What a night for the kid from El Cajon.
He ended up with 9 Ks.
Yeah, and right after that, what's the Mets' new manager, Carlos
Mendoza.
Carlos Mendoza went out and checked his ears.
No, that was Buck Showalter.
I'm just saying it was the Mets.
It was the Mets. I always kind of half expect for that to happen at this point.
Right.
We have one more highlight, but we have 3 more games. September 6th, 2024. This is, Manny Machado has 2 home runs. Padres beat the Giants 5-1. But this game, I think, is when all of us were like, Nick Pivetta is for real. April 11th, 2025. He went 7 innings, only gave up 3 hits, and he struck out 10 in an 8-0 win over the Rockies. Here is his final K.
2-2 Martini takes at the knee. Strike 3 called. 10th of the night for Nick Pivetta. And 2 away here in the 7th inning.
So I think that was the night, Chris, that we all thought Nick Pivetta's here. And he's for real.
We thought he was for real until we realized about 2 weeks later that the Rockies may not win a game all season.
I don't care.
And then we were a little concerned, but yeah. No, Pivetta has been great. There's, nobody's going to argue that.
Final one this year, July 11th, 2025. The Padres, they played the Phillies, and the reason I'm putting it in there is because we didn't think they were going to win this game. At the time, they were scuffling pretty bad, but they ended up taking the series from the Phillies, and they beat Ranger Suarez 4-2 in the City Connects. But those are some of the highlights
Glory
of the City Connect jerseys.
Yeah, nice job
Thank
there,
you.
Skraby, and a good job by Kyle O back on the board there,
Kyle
playing
O.
all those highlights. But yeah, the City Connects I think have had a pretty good run. So, it's time for a new set of City Connects, and we'll all just have to wait and see what they do next year. They've kept it very, very quiet, close to the vest, as they say, Scrabe, as far as what they're going to look like. I've heard a lot of guesses and rumors, and the only reason I wouldn't share too many of those is because we heard a lot of guesses and rumors the last time, and none of them were true.
My favorite thing is when people send me these mock-ups, and they're like, hey, I know this guy who knows a guy who knows a guy, and these are the ones. And then they were not even close to what we got. And I don't think that we can predict, but I hope – one thing I can't predict is that some people are going to hate it and some people are going to love it. There's no in between.
Pretty much guaranteed.
Guaranteed. So there you go. That's our countdown. We're broadcasting from Baja Rick's and the Gaslamp, brought to you by Santo Tequila, 100% Blue Weber Agave. Come down from now until 5:30 p.m. We have an autographed baseball we're giving away at 5 p.m. You have to be here to win that. When you walk in Baja Rick's, you will see the great Hambino and another 97.3 The Fan employee. I wish I had his name or remembered his name. But you got to put your name in the hat, and you have to be here. We're going to give away some more tickets here shortly, and we got a lot of stuff going on here at Baja Rick's.
And we have Chris vs. the Fans for those that aren't at Baja Rick's.
That's true.
Coming up next, a little round of trivia, 833-288-0973. Get yourself in line. Chance, while we're all hanging out at Baja Rick's, you might be able to go to Las Vegas. Who knows?
That would be awesome.
Those kinds of things tend to be fun as well. And we got that for you. We also have our interview in the 5 o'clock hour that we did earlier. You might have missed it, but Jose Iglesias was really spot on talking about the upcoming playoffs. Tony and I chatted with him. So we got that still to come, a big 5 still to come, and more of the Baja Rick's craziness on 97.3 The Fan. Woo!
Things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Skraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. 4th hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
these things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Skraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not used to complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Skraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not used to complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
Skraby from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
Eagles have added 2026 shows to the band's residency at Sphere in Las Vegas on Friday, January 23rd, 24th, 30th, and 31st. That residency now features a total of 48 shows through Saturday, January 31st, 2026. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com. All right, Kyle, let's go.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you are a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you'll get that first question for free today. All right, let's start with Jason in San Diego. Jason. Wait. Man. He told me too.
A likely story.
No, he told me he did.
No, I think that's a trick that our friend Kyle O pulled. I think he lost it and said he dropped.
I don't think so.
Kyle's you
not
would
like
never,
that.
Kyle.
Kyle's not like that.
No, you would do that.
Oh, I would totally
But
be
yeah,
like, I don't know
Kyle-
where the guy went. He hung up.
Something happened. Yeah. No,
Rich-
Kyle's too honest.
Rich in Ramona. Hello, Rich.
Hey, Rich.
Uh-oh.
How you doing, boys?
Uh-oh.
We're ready.
All right, Rich. Are you ready to play?
He's ready.
Yes, sir.
All right. First question. Who is the current head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles?
Spagnolo.
Spagnolo.
That is incorrect, unfortunately.
That's a buzzer.
Chris.
It's funny. We've made a lot of fun of this guy, too, when he first got the job.
Did they just bring us another quesadilla burger?
Yeah, I ordered one because I wanted a fresh one.
It's so good.
You've been working on yours for 6 hours. I needed a fresh one.
Thank you.
Sirianni is the guy's name.
Sirianni is the name.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Rich and Ramona.
Rich, yeah. Sirianni.
All right, let's go to our next contestant, Jeremy in El Cajon. Hello, Jeremy. Let's go to Eric. Eric.
What's up, guys? How you doing, players?
Players!
Very good, Eric.
You ready to play?
Hey, yeah, real quick, guys. Skraby, I got inside information from a person that knows a person, and they told me that Chris gives Tony all the answers to the test, bro, on Fantabulous Game Show.
Dude, you're telling me something I've already known for years.
That's music to his ears.
I've been telling them this off the air for years.
Yeah. I've never given them an answer, but you know what?
Do you really do that, Chris?
You know what? It would be kind of silly of me to do that. It would pretty much make the whole segment.
I know.
Render it, ridiculous. So
Okay.
I, of course, don't do that.
All right.
They're plotting against you, Skraby.
But that's true. We do all plot against you. I
Oh.
just don't give them the answers.
Okay. All right, Eric. Let's
Hey,
get
by
into
the way,
trivia. Yeah, what's up?
Let the dog lick your face. That's nasty, man. All right, now we can start.
Nah, no kidding, Skraby. He said you let your dog lick your face. He said it's nasty.
It's a dog.
I think it's a fair comment.
Okay, let's go to the first question.
Let's go.
The Ryder Cup is an event for which sport?
Golf.
Golf is correct. Golf is correct.
By the way, the USA is getting whooped in the Ryder Cup today.
I don't even want to look.
It's bad.
By-
I know it was
By the
at
way, I
least
only knew that
3-1.
because I got an alert earlier.
All right, Eric, let's play number 2.
He said he got an alert.
Oh, I couldn't hear. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he got an
Okay.
alert that helped him. with
Come on,
rising.
Skraby, get together.
Yeah.
Who do I know this, Eric?
No, but I like him. He's a terrific guy.
Which Padres reliever has the most strikeouts on the team this season?
Reliever.
Yeah.
Oh, reliever. Let's. Is it all the strikeouts are one team, or did he get traded over and you're counting those two?
Oh, only strikeouts with the Padres,
Correct,
right, Skraby?
Correct.
Oh, yeah, because he was thinking Mason Miller.
I got
maybe.
you. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. But it's not him.
Oh, my God. Who's checking these facts? Who's Tony when we need him? Okay, I'm going to go with Suarez then.
Suarez, he said.
That is incorrect.
Incorrect.
Chris, do you know?
I don't, but I think it's going to be Morejon. Be my guess.
Incorrect. It's Jeremiah Estrada.
Oh,
yes.
how
So he
about
has
that?
over 100 strikeouts this year.
Okay. Well,
All
that's
right.
good for Eric. He stays alive.
Yes, third and final question for Eric. Here we go. Let's see.
By the way, the score in the Ryder Cup right now is 5-2 Europe with one match halved today.
Okay.
We got off to a terrible start again.
It's over. It's really over.
Well, maybe.
All right, which NFL running back accounts for the only receiving touchdown for his team this season? Which NFL running back accounts for the only receiving touchdown for his team this season?
Boy, that's a needle in a haystack, Scrape.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on that one.
Oh, he's playing the game. He's playing the game. All right, Chris, do you know which NFL running back accounts for the only receiving touchdown for his team this season?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, because the guy's on my fantasy team, and they were just talking about it the other day. Bijan Robinson for the Falcons.
That is correct.
Sorry about that.
I'm sorry, Eric.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because they just fired the Falcon receiver coach because their receivers haven't caught a touchdown yet.
All right.
Anyway,
I did not expect for you to get that.
I know. That just was right in my alley. Sorry about that, Eric. But good contestant, Eric, and fun stuff. Come on. Make sure you come on and play again. I like anybody that makes fun of Skraby.
Yeah, I don't think Eric's going to get through anymore.
That's the one thing he was risking by doing that.
All right, let's go to our next contestant, Cameron. Whoops, I just spit cheeseburger on my phone.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Cameron.
Hey, Cameron. You ready to play?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Who has the most stolen bases for the Padres this season?
Oh. Gosh. I'm going to have to pass this one off to Chris.
All right. He's passing, which is fine.
This guy over here says he knows.
Oh, yeah?
But that he thought it was the community trivia question. He didn't realize. Yeah, boy. I don't know. Does somebody have Xander?
That is incorrect, Chris. Fernando has 32.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
He's got 32.
I'm just not up on that for some reason.
All right. Here we
Good
go.
news for you, Cameron. You survived the round, moved on.
Question number 2.
I had a brain cramp there, and it worked out in your favor.
Cal Raleigh has now hit the most home runs in a season by a catcher in Major League history. Whose record did he break?
Is this a 2 or a 3?
So 2.
Wow.
And I'll say this. The reason it is because the record was set and broken recently.
All right. I don't know that's helping. Cam, what'd you say?
I feel like it was that Boston Red Sox catcher from about a decade ago, but I'm just going to go with Mike Piazza.
Mike Piazza.
That's a fair guess. He's in the running, but
Incorrect.
it's not him.
Unfortunately, when I was a kid, I thought Mike Piazza's name was Mike Pizza, so I went around saying pizza forever, and that was very embarrassing. But anyway, side note about Mike Piazza.
Salvador Perez is the answer, unfortunately.
It is the answer.
Sorry about that.
All right.
Yeah, Johnny Bench would have been who I would have thunk
Thunk, huh?
But, they made a big deal out of Salvador Perez when Cal Raleigh passed him.
They did.
And the record was 48. So Cal Raleigh has 60.
Yeah.
Like he
Not even
crushed
close.
the record.
Not even close. I think over the last 2 years, it's Cal Raleigh in most home runs, and then Shea Langoliers is like 25 home runs less than him.
Oh, at that position.
At the position, yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, let's go to Matt in Claremont. Hello, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon. Here we go. Your question number 1. This one should, I think, be easy. Who has played the most games for the Padres this season?
I mean, it's got to be Machado, right?
It's Manny Machado. I'm going to stop you before you talk yourself out of it. That is correct. All right. We are still with Matt in Claremont for the second question. Here we go. Which pitcher won the AL Cy Young Award last season?
Oh, Cy Young last year. I'm going to pass it.
Smart. He's going to pass this. People are doing this more, which is a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
It helps because a lot of times, even if you don't, you'll trigger me to think of somebody.
Yeah.
I don't follow the American League at all.
I know you don't.
I don't know anything about the American League. I can't even remember when the National League Cy Young last year. I think it was Blake Snell in the American League last year or the National League?
Who did win the NL Cy Young last year?
Blake Snell, didn't he?
No.
Okay.
He played with the Giants.
Yeah, I thought Blake Snell.
No, he was injured for most of the year.
All right. Yeah, boy, Cy Young American League. It's not coming to me, so this is good news. Who's our contestant, Matt?
Matt, yes. We need an answer.
Good news for you, Matt. I'm not, Tariq Skubal.
That is correct.
I talked long enough to think about it. Sorry. Okay. I talked just long enough for me to come up with it. Sorry, Matt.
All right. Sorry about
Bad
that,
luck.
Matt. Let's go to our next contestant, Bill in San Diego. Hello, Bill.
Who was the National League winner, though, last year?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hi, Bill.
Hey, Bill,
Welcome
if you get
to
this
it.
right, you can skip the first question. Do you know who won the National League Cy Young last year?
Who won?
No, I do not.
Skeens finished third. I know that, but
I'm going to look it up. Oh, it was Chris Sale, right?
Was it? I don't know.
Oh, that's right, of course.
Yes, it was Chris Sale last year in 2024. Blake Snell was 2023. All right, here we go. First question. Which Major League Baseball team is currently the 6th and final National League team in the playoffs? Currently.
New York Mets.
The New York Mets. I'm going to check something because I didn't.
No, it's right.
Okay, it's correct.
They're a game up on the Reds.
All right, good job.
You know how the Metropolitans' uniforms are blue and orange? Did you know that?
No, I do not.
Because they took the colors from each of the other two National League franchises in the New York area.
Interesting.
They took the blue from the Dodgers and the orange from the Giants.
Wow, I learned something new today.
There you go.
That's going to be a Chris versus the Fans trivia in like a month.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, we're going to the second question for Bill, I believe.
Hi, Bill.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. What do I want to ask here? Patrick Mahomes has thrown the most TD passes in the last 5 years in the NFL. Who has thrown the second most?
Let's just go with Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is correct. Nice
Good
job.
guess, good
Josh
guess.
Allen is the guy.
I was probably going to go with Josh Allen as well, so good guess there.
All right. Here we go. Question number 3. You get this right or Chris gets it wrong, and you will qualify for Las Vegas. This one's going to be tough, though. What retired NFL tight end has the most receiving yards in a single game in NFL history? What retired NFL tight end has the most receiving yards in a single game in NFL history?
I'm just going to get Tony Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez is a great guess. It, however, is incorrect. Stay right there, Chris.
Now, what's the question now? For a tight end or for any receiver?
Tight end.
Yeah, because that's you didn't say that.
Yes, I did.
You didn't. You said what tight
These
end?
people are telling me.
He said what tight end had the most receiving yards in a game in NFL history. That could be anybody.
What?
If you said, I'll explain it later.
See, this is the look I have all the time, people.
I'll explain.
I have the look of all the time.
I'll explain it to you later. If you say what tight end had the most receiving yards in NFL history, you're asking me who had the most receiving yards in NFL history, but you're saying that's a tight end, but it's not. So what you needed to ask
I'm asking you to give me the tight end who had the most yards in a single game. I don't understand why this is so hard.
It's not. You just didn't say it correctly. That's all. All right.
Oh, wait. I think Bill said Tony Gonzalez. I'm all frazzled now.
Yeah. You going to be okay?
No, I'm mad at you, actually, because I think that question was not poorly worded.
It was confusedly worded, though. I'll try. How about Kellen Winslow?
No, incorrect.
Okay, good for our caller.
Shannon Sharp.
All right.
214 yards.
Awesome. Skraby, are you going to go over and pout?
No, we have
again?
to go to break, and then I'll pout.
Okay, well, take us to break.
Break. Traffic. We'll be back shortly from Baja Rick's in the Gaslamp.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This traffic report is brewed by Al Smith Brewing Company. $6, $3.94 pints, big screens, cold beer, and playoff baseball. We are jammed on the southbound side of the 15 with a crash right by the 56. It's in the center divider. And then if you're traveling on the 94 eastbound, the exit ramp from Home Avenue, that is closed with another collision. October baseball is here. Catch every pitch at Al Smith Brewing Company. Enjoy $6 pints of our legendary $3.94 Pale Ale. Cheer on the brown and gold with big screens, cold beer, and the best fans in town. Located off Miramar Road, Al Smith Brewing. There's no better place to watch the playoffs. I'm Swowler with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Daily life routine brings on a whole bunch to worry about.
Worrying about your car's value shouldn't be one of them. Come in today at Hyundai of El Cajon, where you can drive a new Hyundai for half the price.
Why pay for the entire car? Get the whole car for half the monthly payment.
Brand new Hyundai Elantra SEL, $199 per month lease. Tucson SEL, just $259.
But only at Hyundai of El Cajon.
On approved credit, not all will qualify. Plus tax, title license, and $150 title and registration processing fee. Rebates and incentives to dealer. 36 month, $38.95 due. 10,000 miles per year through HMF. Expires October 1st.
Life can be hard sometimes. If you or someone you know is struggling emotionally, experiencing an issue with drugs or alcohol, or having a hard time, the 988 Lifeline can help. Calling can connect you, a friend, or a family member to mental health services and referrals. We don't have to face these challenges alone. Dial the 988 Lifeline today and receive support from a local counselor at no cost. That's 988.
That nagging joint pain, you know the one. Sometimes it's from years of hard work. Sometimes, like me, it just crept up on me the older I got. Either way, it's been calling the shots in your life for far too long. Do what I did. Put a stop to that right now, gang. It is Woodsy and QC Kinetics here in San Diego. Flipped the script for me totally. They used regenerative medicine, advanced cellular treatments that help my body heal and restore the damage that I had in my joints. Not cover it up, not cut it out. Actually helping heal and restore. And the results, long-term, lasting relief. I'm back in the gym. I am back playing golf. I'm back playing baseball, throwing my kids around, having a blast with it. QC Kinetics, no surgery, no drugs, no long recovery, just a smarter, natural way to get your freedom back. Bring your MRI, bring your x-rays. They'll make sure you're a good candidate for what they do. Grab the phone right now. Give them a call today. They have locations in Hillcrest and in Torrey Hills. 619-614-PAIN. 619-614-PAIN. QC Kinetics at 619-614-PAIN.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and
Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan. We got about another hour to go. That means we have 3 more pairs of tickets to give away to Padre. 2 more. Sorry. Thank you, Hamby. 2 more pair of tickets to give away to Padre Baseball. So if you're coming down to the ball game, make sure you drop by Baja Rick's here. Have a get one of their specials, the Santo Margarita special or tequila, Santo tequila specials. They have so many of them here, and of course all the great food specials Baja Rick's put together for today. And then put your name in the hopper, and who knows, you might win some Padre tickets or even a signed Padre baseball, which we're going to give away by the end of the evening. But you must be present to win. Let's see, Skraby and I have not talked since the end of the last segment, so I'm not sure what's on his mind, but he's upset with me. So we're having a lover's quarrel.
Wait, we're not lovers at all. That is not true. I went and saw, or during the break, I was telling everyone because they saw you walk over there, and so I go. They're like, "Is he going to put more meter or quarters in the meter?" And I'm like, "I don't care. I hope his car gets towed."
Yeah, that would be upsetting to me. But you know what? Speaking of cars, and we have a minute here because it's a short segment, so. This is going to be one of my rants against something that's not sports related, Skrabe.
All right, I'm ready for it.
And I think you're going to be in on this one, but we'll see. I saw something today that I think is the dumbest product. I hope nobody's in the crowd here who sells these.
Yeah, this is very
if you
dangerous.
Are, then, this is dangerous. But I think I saw today what I think is the dumbest product on the market in any category.
Okay.
Today.
What?
And I'll explain why I think it's the dumbest, product as well. I mean, I have my reasoning.
Okay.
I also don't like the product because it annoys and it disturbs everyone.
Really?
The dumbest product on the market in America is the car alarm.
Oh.
And
I don't think anybody sells those anymore.
Well, they must, because car alarms still go off.
I think they're built in now.
I saw one this morning, and it's just the car is going, and just, destroying everyone in the neighborhood. And, of course, nobody comes out to tend to it, nor does anyone react to it. Which means if somebody really was stealing the car, nobody would stop them anyway.
See, this is the difference.
It is the dumbest product that I can think of. You disagree. You think it's a sensible thing.
Well,
to
for
have?
me, because if I hear a car alarm going off in the neighborhood,
You'll run right out
do
from where
go
you are?
outside and
Get
see if
outta
it's my
here.
car.
You do not.
I want to see if it's my car. If it
There
sounds
is
like my car.
no way that you stop what you're doing and race outside.
Do you know who I am?
I do, but how many people okay, all right, let's take it back. How many people, wherever they are inside, can hear their car alarm out in the parking lot?
I'm not sure. I mean,
if you're at the Padre game, you figure you're hearing your car alarm?
Of course not.
How about if you're in a crowded restaurant? You think you're hearing your car alarm?
Maybe.
All right. Well,
depends on where I sit in that
be
restaurant.
All right, you're just trying to be difficult right now. But I hope that on your way home I hope when you get home tonight and you lay your head on a pillow and just start to drift off, I hope some neighborhood car alarm goes off. And I hope you run outside in your skivvies to find out that it's not yours. And then it doesn't go off for like 20 minutes because these things never stop.
I will give you this. If I'm walking through a parking lot and there's a car alarm going off, I'll take a look, and then I'll just keep walking.
Right. That's what we all do.
But if there's someone, like, bashing in a window, then I'm going to go tell the security or something.
But you don't need a car alarm to tell you that. I mean, if somebody was bashing in a window, you'd go tell security anyway.
But I wouldn't probably be paying attention because that person's not going to bash the window in front of me.
All right, here's the thing. We have a minute left. I'll give you the full minute to name a product dumber than the car alarm.
Ha! The club.
What's that? Oh, you mean the club that you can put on your... I think that's more of a deterrent than a car alarm.
It could be, honestly.
I don't think you can turn the wheel with one of those.
Yeah.
Hey, look, this doesn't have to be in the car category. Just give me a dumb product from any category.
I'm trying to think.
I don't think anything tops the stupidity of a car alarm. I just don't. So
something that
hopefully
doesn't...
nobody here sells them, like I said.
I don't think anyone sells car alarms anymore.
Well, somebody has to, you know.
I can't think of anything. I'm thinking something that's old that doesn't need
that doesn't
use
really
anymore.
work anymore. Yeah. Anyway, that
like
was
an
just,
abacus.
That
what
was
a dumb invention an abacus is.
Oh, an abacus. Well, they've improved on an abacus.
Yeah, we have it on our phone now.
Yeah. All right, the car alarm, that got me this morning. Next time you hear one, you'll probably think of me. We'll take a break. We got the Big Five coming up. Back to some sports talk.
Sports.
And more Padre tickets to give away during the break here at Baja Rick's on 97.3 The Fan.
Manny, you were the first chip to come in here. What does it feel like getting this organization back to the playoffs and back-to-back seasons?
Man, it feels great, man. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, from that first meeting with AJ to meeting Ron and Peter, you're just seeing the growing pains of losing, falling short, making it to postseason, making it short, having an unbelievable team, and now being back here back-to-back. I mean, it's just, City of San Diego deserves it, the fans deserve it, and this organization as well.
Man, you kind of put this team on your back through the mid-portion of this season. When the offense was a little bit waning. I mean, this is kind of what you do. How good does it feel to get them to this point and then have your teammates kind of pick you up there at the end?
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, I came here for a reason, was to win and pick up a team and ride, you know, and this is what I do. I've done it my entire career, continue doing it, and I got faith in my boys. I know that I can ride for a team for a little bit, and I know my boys are going to come up there and pick me up when I'm down as well, and they did that this whole month. And they picked me up, and look where we're at, man. We fought, we've grinded, you know, we've gone through the gauntlet as a team, and, man, it just feels so good. It feels so good.
You guys, you kind of mentioned it. Last year, you guys got to the second half and just rolled. This year, it wasn't that easy. You guys had to really grind it out. Does it make getting to this point that much more fulfilling when you had to work that hard to get there?
I wouldn't say that because it's hard. I wouldn't say that, but man, it feels good to win. It feels good to win, to be back in this spot. And yeah, it hasn't been easy, but this team has fought. We fought since last year, and we're going to continue to do it.
You guys got 5 more games to go against some opponents that obviously the Brewers are where they are.
Really
the Diamondbacks still in this bad boy.
Yes,
what are you guys trying to accomplish in these last 5?
We're not stopping. We're not stopping. Keep playing good baseball. We're going to continue to do it. You know, this isn't over. We got to get hot. We got to get going now, and we've been showing clips and going, but we got guys fully going. We got guys doing the things that need to get back to, and we're gonna get rolling, and when this business isn't finished, we gotta continue to the end.
Congratulations, my friend. Manny, you were the first chip to come in here. What does it feel like getting this organization back to the playoffs in back-to-back seasons?
Man, it feels great, man. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, from that first meeting with AJ to meeting Ron and Peter, you just seen the growing pains of losing, falling short, making it to postseason, making it short, having an unbelievable team, and now being back here back-to-back. I mean, it's just, City of San Diego deserves it, the fans deserve it, and this organization as well.
Manny, you kind of put this team on your back through the mid portion of this season when the offense was a little bit waning. I mean, this is kind of what you do. How good does it feel to get them to this point and then have your teammates kind of pick you up there at the end?
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, I came here for a reason, was to win and pick up a team and ride, you know, and this is what I do. I've done it my entire career, continue doing it, and I got faith in my boys. I know that I can ride for a team for a little bit, and I know my boys are going to come up there and pick me up when I'm down as well, and they did that this whole month. And they picked me up, and look where we're at, man. We fought, we've grinded, you know, we've gone through the gauntlet as a team, and man, it just feels so good. Feels so good.
You guys, you kind of mentioned it. Last year, you guys got to the second half and just rolled. This year, it wasn't that easy. You guys had to really grind it out. Does it make getting to this point that much more fulfilling when you had to work that hard to get there?
I wouldn't say that because it's hard. I wouldn't say that, but man, it feels good to win. It feels good to win, to be back in this spot. And yeah, it hasn't been easy, but this team has fought. We fought since last year, and we're going to continue to do it.
You guys got 5 more games to go against some opponents that obviously the Brewers are where they are.
Really
the Diamondbacks still in this bad boy.
Yes,
what are you guys trying to accomplish in these last 5?
We're not stopping. We're not stopping. Keep playing good baseball. We're going to continue to do it. You know, this isn't over. We got to get hot. We got to get going now, and we've been showing clips and going, but we got guys fully going. We got guys doing the things that need to get back to, and we're gonna get rolling. And when this business isn't finished, we gotta continue to the end.
Congratulations, my friend. Manny, you were the first chip to come in here. What does it feel like getting this organization back to the playoffs in back-to-back seasons?
Man, it feels great, man. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, from that first meeting with AJ to meeting Ron and Peter, you just seen the growing pains of losing, falling short, making it to postseason, making it short, having an unbelievable team, and now being back here back-to-back. I mean, it's just, City of San Diego deserves it, the fans deserve it, and this organization as well.
Manny, you kind of put this team on your back through the mid portion of this season when the offense was a little bit waning. I mean, this is kind of what you do. How good does it feel to get them to this point and then have your teammates kind of pick you up there at the end?
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, I came here for a reason, was to win and pick up a team and ride, you know, and this is what I do. I've done it my entire career, continue doing it, and I got faith in my boys. I know that I can ride for a team for a little bit, and I know my boys are going to come up there and pick me up when I'm down as well, and they did that this whole month. And they picked me up, and look where we're at, man. We fought, we've grinded, you know, we've gone through the gauntlet as a team, and man, it just feels so good. Feels so good.
You guys, you kind of mentioned it. Last year, you guys got to the second half and just rolled. This year, it wasn't that easy. You guys had to really grind it out. Does it make getting to this point that much more fulfilling when you had to work that hard to get there?
I wouldn't say that because it's hard. I wouldn't say that, but man, it feels good to win. Feels good to win, to be back in this spot. And yeah, it hasn't been easy, but this team has fought. We fought since last year, and we're going to continue to do it.
You guys got 5 more games to go against some opponents that obviously the Brewers are where they are. The Diamondbacks still in this bad boy.
Yes,
what are you guys trying to accomplish in these last 5?
We're not stopping. We're not stopping. Keep playing good baseball. We're going to continue to do it. You know, this isn't over. We got to get hot. We got to get going now, and we've been showing clips and going, but we got guys fully going. We got guys doing the things that need to get back to, and we're gonna get rolling. And when this this business isn't finished. We got to continue to the end.
Congratulations, my friend. Manny, you were the first chip to come in here. What does it feel like getting this organization back to the playoffs and back-to-back seasons?
Man, it feels great, man. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, from that first meeting with AJ to meeting Ron and Peter, you just seen the growing pains of losing, falling short, making it to postseason, making it short, having an unbelievable team, and now being back here back-to-back. I mean, it's just, City of San Diego deserves it, the fans deserve it, and this organization as well.
Man, you kind of put this team on your back through the mid portion of this season when the offense was a little bit waning. I mean, this is kind of what you do. How good does it feel to get them to this point and then have your teammates kind of pick you up there at the end?
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, I came here for a reason, was to win and pick up a team and ride, you know, and this is what I do. I've done it my entire career, continue doing it, and I got faith in my boys. I know that I can ride for a team for a little bit, and I know my boys are going to come up there and pick me up when I'm down as well, and they did that this whole month. And they picked me up, and look where we're at, man. We fought, we've grinded, you know, we've gone through the gauntlet as a team, and, man, it just feels so good. Feels so good.
You guys, you kind of mentioned it. Last year, you guys got to the second half and just rolled. This year, it wasn't that easy. You guys had to really grind it out. Does it make getting to this point that much more fulfilling when you had to work that hard to get there?
I wouldn't say that because it's hard. I wouldn't say that, but, man, it feels good to win. It feels good to win, to be back in this spot. And, yeah, it hasn't been easy, but this team has fought. We fought since last year, and we're going to continue to do it.
You guys got 5 more games to go against some opponents that obviously the Brewers are where they are. The Diamondbacks still in this bad boy. Yes, what are you guys trying to accomplish in these last 5?
We're not stopping. We're not stopping. Keep playing good baseball. We're going to continue to do it. You know, this isn't over. We got to get hot. We got to get going now, and we've been showing clips and going, but
wild card, you know, they'll be in the primetime slot, and that would probably shift the Padres to the afternoon at Wrigley. But the official time for those playoff games next week won't be known until, you know, all of the playoff seedings are determined.
If they're smart, they'll just do it right after the baseball season ends on Sunday.
Oh, they will. No, they won't waste any time. I'm just saying you're probably going to have to wait until then, though, until Sunday, to know exactly what time the Padres play next week in Chicago, because they have to get everything
ready to go.
Everything situated.
They need to order the hot dogs. They need to get the sodas.
I'm excited, man. We're in the playoffs for the second year in a row. It's only the second time this has ever happened. And honestly, you can find some people that are, you know, down and out about it, you know, with the old, wow, we don't have, you know, we're hurt. We lost this guy. We can't win. We don't do this. Okay. If that's how you want to, you know, if that's how you want to go into it and live, you know, all of your life that way, that's your business. But why not? Enjoy it, embrace it, and, you know, let's see. Maybe the Padres will make a run.
Yeah.
Maybe they won't. You know, right now there's 12 teams, or actually a few more, that are in contention, but everybody's fans are thinking the same thing. I hope it's our year. You know, Philadelphia, they're hoping it's their year, even though they struggle in the bullpen. And the Cubs are hoping it's their year, even though they've had no hitting the second half. And the Dodgers are hoping they'll get it together again, even though they've had all kinds of problems down the stretch. And Milwaukee's never won it all. Seattle's never won it all. You know, everybody's thinking the same thing. So why not us think the same thing?
Yeah.
The Padres certainly have a capable enough team.
They certainly do.
Yeah.
I'm very confident in that.
Lineup tonight, I think, is interesting because I think it'll be the lineup they use Tuesday in Chicago.
Yeah.
You got Fernando back in there, which is good because he sat out a few games with the illness. And then you got Arise. And then you got Manny and Jackson Merrill. You've got who's batting fifth? Oh, Xander.
Yep.
Batting fifth, followed by Sheets and O'Hearn. And then finally Cronenworth and Fermin. The one thing about that lineup, but there's not a lot you can do because you don't have Laureano now. The one thing about that lineup, your 6, 7, 8 hitters are all left-handed. So when you get to a spot in the 8th inning or 7th inning where the game's, in the balance, guess who's coming in for the Cubs? Our old friend Drew Pomeranz. He's their top lefty out of the bullpen. He's coming in to face those guys.
He owes the Padres so much, so he should
just let them hit the ball.
Just lay down.
I'm sure
just
he will.
Lay down.
I'm sure he'd be happy to do that.
That is really unfortunate because the Padres did stick by him for a very long time. Didn't look like he was ever going to really pitch at the major league level again, and now he's incredible.
But he didn't quit on them.
No, I didn't say that.
He just never got healthy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, and then he finally did. So I don't think you can hold it against Drew Pomeranz. Anyway, that is, I'm thinking, you're going to see Pomeranz against Sheets, O'Hearn, and Cronenworth at some point, a crucial point in that series next week. I'm just kind of, guesstimating.
Okay. Guesstimate.
Yeah, there you go. Aztecs football tomorrow at Northern Illinois. By the way, for my streaming fan, what are we doing here?
The Big Five.
Oh, I thought it was 5 o'clock.
Nope, 4:43.
All right, go to the Big Five. Sorry.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Got 2 crashes on the 5. The first one is south at Gilman Drive, takes out the left lane. Then another one at Claremont Drive. Now 94 eastbound, the exit ramp for Home Avenue is closed with a collision. And then further east, there's a stall at the 125. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Sue Aller with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
Before we get into it, the Big Five is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. All right, let's get into number 5.
Number 5.
Chris, this one's really simple. Padres really, I guess, don't really have much to play for this weekend. They may. I mean, it's looking like they have nothing to play for this weekend. How seriously do you take these 3 games? How long do you let Darvish go? How long do you let Michael King go? Things like that.
I think they decide more than normal.
The pitchers decide?
Yes. I think Darvish comes in, he says, you know what, that's good. 4 innings, or you know what, I need another inning. Whatever he says goes. Because I want him perfect for next week. Same for Michael King tomorrow. You certainly don't try to lose the games, but I don't think you have to kill yourself to try to win them. If you want to get Manny off his feet for a few innings, you get him off his feet.
Like, how many starters do we see on Sunday, starting position players?
By Sunday?
I mean, there's going to have to be some because they don't have enough on the team.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you probably see half.
Yeah. Like the Manny, the lineup that we got on Tuesday is probably going to be like a lineup we'll see on Sunday. But don't, like you said, don't kill yourself to win these games.
They also
just make sure you head out on the other side and you're good.
Yeah, but they also won the game Tuesday, 7-0.
They did
with
that
lineup. So
against the Brewers.
Yeah, you're trying to, you're still trying to play good baseball. That's almost more important than the other stuff. Keep doing things right. And you don't want to go out there and commit 5 errors tonight and lose 11-2. That's not going to make you feel better.
No.
So.
Side note, did you know Zach Gallen, his record this year, 13-14, 27 decisions in 32 starts.
I like that. 1972, look him up, Chicago White Sox, Wilbur Wood.
Oh, Wilbur.
Old Wilbur, 24-20. That's 44 decisions.
I was going to say, that's a lot of decisions.
There's only 162 games. He had a decision in more than 1 out of every 4 games.
Wow.
Yeah.
What does that tell you about Zach Gallen? He's pitching really well or he's not?
He's pitching deep into games, long enough to get a decision. That's what it tells me.
Thank you.
You're welcome
for that. Here, let's go to number 4.
Number 4.
The 2025 MLB season has seen something we have never seen before, and I believe we added another one today. When I wrote this, 5 players have reached 30-30, but you said PCA did this morning as well.
He did.
30 home runs, 30 steals. Now 6 players have done that, and that's by far the most in Major League history.
In one season?
In one season. So you got PCA, you got Lindor, you got Corbin Carroll, you have Jazz Chisholm Jr., you have Jose Ramirez, and Juan Soto. The other years that were pretty big for this were 1987, 96, 97, 2011, and 2023, but this is the most ever. Lindor and Soto are the third pair of teammates with 30-plus homers and 30-plus steals in the same season following Johnson and Strawberry in 1987, which is kind of crazy because they may not make the playoffs if things go a certain way. But I'm up first. Why did we see this? Why do we see this keep going up and setting records? I think it's because the prototypical power hitter is no longer the big lumbering guy. The prototypical power hitter is a guy like Ronald Acuna Jr. or Fernando Tatis Jr., where they can steal bases and they can hit for power. And you're not going to see the Frank Thomas is lumbering around the bases anymore because he wasn't stealing 30 bases, I don't think. But that's why I think the prototypical power hitter has changed, and that's why we're seeing it. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, PCA is,
he's not a prototypical hitter.
You look at him and you say he's just a fast guy.
Yeah,
but
true.
He's, he can hit home runs. So, yeah, I think you're right. I mean, just, guys that are smaller in stature, have figured out a way to develop more power. But here's the real quick note on the 30-30 club. I looked this up to be sure. Sorry about this, Skraby, but in 1922, a guy by the name of Ken Williams was the first ever to go 30-30.
Okay.
He was the only guy to do it for 40 more years.
Wow.
And finally, Willie Mays did it. And somebody went to Willie Mays and they said, hey, you're only the second guy. You're in the 30-30 club. And Willie was like, well, if I'd have known it. No, Willie said, if I'd have known it was a big deal, I'd have just done it every year. But he didn't really think much of it. It wasn't a thing.
I guess not.
Now it's become, obviously, it's a thing. So.
Well, everything's a thing because we have to find memes to post about things out there. All right, here we go. Next one.
Number 3.
Now, this one's kind of serious, but Shane Tamura, who he ended up killing 4 people and himself in a July shooting at the NFL headquarters, was actually diagnosed after his autopsy with low-stage CTE. He had claimed in a note he believed he had CTE and wanted his brain tested. The medical examiner's office found, quote, unambiguous evidence of the condition, and his family said that he had played from 6 years old all the way through high school. So, Chris, is this an NFL issue or a sport of football issue?
Yeah. I mean, it's really a tragic thing that happened. Let's start there.
All around. I mean,
yeah, let's start there. I always think of Junior when CTE comes up. Junior Seau, our friend, and just one of the greatest guys we ever knew.
I mean, he wanted
here.
His brain studied.
Yeah, it just makes me so sad. I think it's a playing football issue. I think the NFL got blame at the beginning and deservedly because I think they tried to keep it quiet.
They for sure did.
So that was on them. But now that it's out there and the NFL's acknowledged it, they're trying to make steps to help, but it's football, man. It's a brutal thing. And, I'm glad I don't play it, honestly. I love watching it, but I'm glad I don't have to go out there and do that.
See, I played as a kid from like 7 years old all the way through high school as well.
Some things.
I don't think that I have CTE, but I know for sure. I can remember one specific hit where I was knocked out and I was concussed, and I didn't even really know that I was, and I kept playing. But I was watching this documentary recently about CTE. It's not the big hits. It's the little ones that keep happening over and over and over again. And those are the ones that they're worried about. And so that's why you have the Guardian cap and you have all of that now.
Yeah, but there's only like 4 guys in the NFL wearing the Guardian cap.
I mean, they're like, it's not fashion forward. I don't care. Do you want to have a brain?
Well, I think everybody says it's not going to happen to me. That's kind of the general consensus.
But it's very sad because there was
But what are you going to do? Stop football? I mean,
no, it's their choice to play. It's their choice to play.
Yeah, it is. But
that's
not a good enough reason, though, to say, well, so too bad. You took a chance.
I know.
That's not right either. It's a difficult one, Scrape. Honestly, I'm not going to stop football from being played, but, I really hate that people are having this kind of issue once they're retired. It's pretty awful.
Me too. All right, let's go to the next one.
Number 2.
Here are the most popular jerseys sold in Major League Baseball this year. Can you guess number 1?
The City Connect LO jersey.
No, definitely not City Connect LO jersey.
Oh.
That was good, though. Number 1 is Shohei Ohtani, then Aaron Judge, then Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts. It's really weird that there's so many Dodgers at the top of the list, even though they weren't that great this year. 5, Francisco Lindor. 6, Juan Soto. 7, this one's surprising, Rafael Devers from the Giants. Obviously, he switched teams. Then Bryce Harper, Jose Altuve. And then finally, we get to a Padre. Fernando Tatis Jr. is number 10 in jerseys. And then you have Manny Machado at number 19. So there's only 2 Padres on this list, Chris. Do you think they got it right? The people, I guess. And I'm first. I don't think they got it right.
Who should be in the top 20 that's not?
There's
Jackson Merrill?
No, because he was hurt this year.
So what? I mean, are people buying jerseys based on your batting average? Or are they buying it on your, how kind of cool and popular you are?
I think it's how cool and popular you are.
So I think Jackson Merrill rank a little higher on that.
That is true.
Category.
That is true.
Is Paul Skeens on there?
Right above Manny Machado.
Okay.
And we need to get the big dumper from 20 to in the top 5.
Oh, he'll be there next year.
He'll be there next year?
Yeah, people are slow to the big dumper train.
PCA is number 16. Ellie De La Cruz, number 14.
I don't know what makes you hip and cool in baseball. I really don't. But I think some of those guys that you're naming just have that it factor.
Well, Juan Soto is in a new uniform, so people are going to have to buy it to get his uniform. Rafael Devers, new uniform, has to buy it to get a new jersey.
I get you, but I don't know. There's a lot of guys in New Jersey. You don't get it just because it's a New Jersey. You get it because it's a player you want to be, walking around emulating. I don't think I'd want to be promoting Juan Soto's style of play, personally.
Okay, number 1. Baseball season is over for some of these teams after Sunday. Chris, what would be the first activity you did after a baseball season if you were a player? I know mine.
What?
Mine would be to lock myself in my house and watch Netflix and play video games for a week straight. That's what I would do.
How long's the off season? 4 months?
Yeah, 4 months.
I'd take a 3.5 month cruise.
Okay, you're going to train on the cruise?
Fatten up for the next season.
Yeah, and then get in shape at spring training.
Right.
All right. That's it for the Big Five. When we get back, we have some more. Gwynn and Chris will also hear from Jose Iglesias. We are broadcasting live from Baja Rick's in the Gaslamp. Brought to you by Santo Tequila, 100% Blue Weber Agave. Come down from now until 5:30 p.m.
Baseball season in
Attention 97.3 The Fan listeners. If you're drowsy, sluggish, or feeling fatigued, you're about to get your afternoon boost with Tony Gwynn Jr.
That stat line was it was a little bonkers.
Chris Ello.
Whatever, you're such a schmo.
And Matt Skraby.
First off, you're not just a tad older than me, so
don't blame us for any side effects.
You thrilled our fans throughout the postseason with a great performance.
Gwynn and Chris are ready to go.
All right, Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan. Wave at your fans, Skraby. People are taking pictures of you over there.
Oh, hello, everybody.
We got, it's starting to pick up. I knew it'd get crowded. You know, we
it's
got
getting
close to
crowded.
game time.
It's crowded.
We had a good crowd all day, but, I mean, game time was 3 hours away. Now it's starting to be game time. Gaslamp starting to fill up. We're broadcasting live from Baja Rick's right here next to Petco Park, next to the Omni Hotel. And we're going to be another half an hour. So if you want to swing by, say hello, take advantage of some of Baja Rick's game day specials, including the $10 TJ Dog if you're in the mood for something to eat, or the 16-ounce Blue Moon Drafts, $7. You're not going to find a deal like that, Scrape, very often. Santo Blanco shots for $8 and a whole bunch of great stuff. Baja Rick's taking great care of us in the Gaslamp, and they'll be taking care of you.
Yes. Happy Hour, which is what we're in right now.
There we are.
Here at Baja Rick's and elsewhere, is brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. The Padres are still going strong this season, and your pool should be too. Don't let algae, broken equipment bench your backyard fun. Call GL Pools and mention radio for a free month of pool service.
You know this guy right here, Scraby?
Andre.
That's Andre?
Yeah, that's Andre.
What's up, Andre?
Andre said he could beat you in Chris versus the Fans, so I told Andre, and Hambino told Andre to call in and try to take you on next time.
If Andre loses, do I get to break his other finger?
No, that is
Poor
weird.
kid, he's got a broken finger over here. He's working hard.
Weird.
He's working hard, studying his trivia.
If he loses, can I push him down some stairs?
No, he gets to do that to me if I lose.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yes, that would be perfect.
Andre, call in one day.
Yeah.
We'll play. Joe's over here. She won the tickets. Congrats, Joe.
Nice job, Joe.
Way to go. She's with her mom. You're bringing your mom to the game? Isn't that nice, Joe?
Yeah.
You ever take your mom to a game, Scrape?
See? You know what? This was a recent conversation because she claims that I've never invited her. That is not true.
All right.
That is not true. I have tried to take her to at least 3 or 4 games, and she said no every time.
Yeah, well, Joe is doing it. Joe's taking her mom to the game tonight. I think that is a really nice thing to do.
Yeah.
Padres and Diamondbacks, game 1 of the series tonight at Petco Park, and then we got the weekend, and then we're all going to Chicago. Skraby's renting a plane for all of us.
Oh, that'd be fun.
We're all meeting Monday morning at...
I'm flying us to Chicago.
No, you don't have to. Skylar will fly us to Chicago.
Oh, she's an actual pilot. That's not fun.
Our girl in the back, Skylar, works at the radio station. She is an actual pilot.
She is an actual pilot.
So we can just... All you have to... If you guys can come up with a plane... Then we got the pilot that can fly us to Chicago.
I think she already has a plane.
Well, I don't know if she has a plane.
I don't know if she owns the plane.
She doesn't. We need somebody who owns a plane to bring it to us Monday with Skylar to fly us to Chicago.
Yes.
And then Tony will get us tickets probably.
Yeah, right.
He'd love to do that.
He would love to give us tickets. We have to give away the Fernando Tatis Jr. signed ball. So if you're in the area, we're going to give you until 5:10. So 6 minutes.
Oh, boy.
To get down here and get your name in the hopper. If anyone sitting here at Baja Rick's has not put their name in for the Fernando Tatis Jr. autographed baseball, head on over to the Great Hambino, and he will help you out there. So we'll do that at 5:10. Chris.
One more quick thing to take care of. Matt, this guy here in the jersey. Mark, sorry. Mark, thanks for coming up and saying hello.
Yes.
Very nice.
There's his SD tattoo.
He's got a tattoo, but he said he's a big fan of the show and has listened for a long time. We appreciate you. And he also said that this week, he just discovered that you can watch on YouTube.
He's more technologically advanced than you.
But no, he is. But I want to, it's a reminder to everyone else listening out there that if you don't know, you can watch the show.
Yes, you can.
On YouTube.
Just go and search 97.3 The Fan.
Thank you, Mark, for that. Very cool.
Yes.
All right.
I also like seeing fans' jerseys too. Like Mark has a Hassan Kim jersey. You know, he's been a Padres fan for a while with the Hassan Kim jersey. You can't just buy a Hassan Kim jersey today.
I got to be honest, too. If I had a Hassan Kim jersey, I might have to trade it on in.
Oh, what do you mean?
You know what? I just thought of something. What if every team had a jersey exchange, something like that? Like you could trade your Hassan Kim jersey because he's no longer on the team, and for a cheaper price, you could get a jersey of a guy that's on the team now.
I don't think that is a money-making opportunity.
Never mind. They already have enough money, these teams. Wouldn't it be just a nice thing to do to your your fans?
I'm with you.
I mean, how about taking care of your fans one time? I'm not calling just the Padres to do this. I'm talking about any team.
The only time I've ever seen this is the Aaron Hernandez documentary I was just watching, and the Patriots said you could come and turn in your Aaron Hernandez jersey. We'll give you one for free.
Give you another one.
Yeah, for free.
All right. Well, there you go. So
there was some circumstances to Aaron Hernandez.
But they did it. And you know what? The Patriots franchise did not fold.
It didn't fold. Of course they didn't fold.
Exactly.
They were in the middle of like 7 Super Bowls.
Exactly. So if you have a jersey of an old player, a player that's gone, now I'm not going to say retired. A retired player, that you keep that.
Okay.
But in this day and age of free agency where players change every 5 minutes, isn't that one thing that in your mind kind of you'll say, you know what, I don't want to buy a jersey because I'm afraid that player will be gone.
There is some sort of thought to that for sure.
So I think you say, hey, if the player's jersey you buy gets traded or, free agency, I mean, you don't have to give me a free one, but you should offer some sort of discount if I trade it in. I think it would be a nice thing to do for your fans.
Now, I think, okay, you're onto something with the trade because trade is something that the team is orchestrating. They're sending players away. So you should just swap the jersey of the player you're trading for the player trading away.
No.
Trying to meet the guy halfway. You can't meet the guy halfway.
I have a Jarvis Landry Dolphin jersey that I can do nothing with. I have a
That's your fault.
Right. Well, but I mean, he was a star at the time. That's my
point. He was.
That's my whole point.
I haven't thought about Jarvis Landry in years.
Right. But I'm just saying, I have my Tannehill one.
Yes, we have a Tannehill. You have a Tua.
I do have a Tua, but I won't wear that in public these days. Anyway.
I have a Patrick Willis 49ers jersey. That's basically all I got in the jersey department. I'm not much of a jersey guy.
I think it would be really a nice touch for some team to offer that up. Because, I mean, I like Hassan Kim, all right. And you know what? You don't have to, right? If you want to keep your Hassan jersey,
totally,
you can.
Totally.
They don't make you do it.
Yeah.
Just an option.
I do see that.
All right. Jose Iglesias was our Friar Friday interview, and you'll hear that in just a little bit. Tony and I spent some time with him, and
he has a great outlook on life.
He's got a great outlook on life and a really good way of, thinking about baseball and the playoffs and everything. If everybody has his attitude, we're winning that series.
Yeah.
Next week.
I agree.
I'm feeling you. Here's a couple of things I came up with. Because I'm looking ahead to the Cubs series. That's pretty much the only thing on my mind right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to come down to two things in my mind.
Okay.
And everybody's there's a lot of analytics and there's a lot of pitching matchups and there's a lot of right-left combo and there's Wrigley Field and there's the fans and there's the history and there's all that. But none of it means a hill of beans next to the two things I'm going to say right now.
Okay.
Here is what will determine whether the Padres win or the Cubs win. Number one, and it seems so simple, but it just needs to be said because it's so true. The team that hits better with runners in scoring position is going to win. It is such an incredible thing that I went back to last year's playoffs. Listen to this, Skraby. This is how, boring of a life I have that I took time to do this. I went through every playoff game last year. There was 43 games in the playoffs. The winning team in those 43 games hit 279 with runners in scoring position, which is pretty good, not incredible.
Pretty good.
But 279. But get this. The losing teams in those playoff games last year, 139.
Ooh, that's a big difference.
139.
It's a huge difference.
Yeah. If you don't hit with runners in scoring position, you lose.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I know it seems simple, but I never really had thought about it in that stark of numbers before. So that's number one. And then the second thing that is really obvious but needs to be reminded is score 4 runs. And again, I went through the playoffs last year.
Ever since you've told me this, I've been paying attention, and it's pretty spot on.
It's
if
pretty
Padres
true.
score 4 runs, they're likely to win.
Last year in the playoffs, teams that scored 4 runs, 35 wins, 13 losses.
Wow.
72%.
So that's a difference maker.
Last year, teams that did not score 4 runs, 8 wins, 30 losses.
Dang.
21%. I know I'm not – it seems so simple and obvious, but it really is going to come down to those things. If you score 4 runs and get some hits and runners in scoring position, which is going to help you score 4 runs,
yeah,
it's going to make the difference 9 out of 10 times.
Yes, it will.
And all the rest of the stuff is, for fun.
Get some 3-run home runs.
Well, you get a 3-run home run. That's a big deal.
Hit some grand salamis.
Keep in mind, a 3-run home run is a hit with runners in scoring position.
It sure is. It sure is.
Keep that in mind. But, and I looked it up. For the season, the Padres won 72%. I'm sorry, one more time. This season, the Padres have won 76% when they score 4 runs. The Cubs, 77%. So it's not just the Padres. It's pretty much anyone. Anyway, 2 things
Just
to keep an eye on.
4 runs, please.
Get 4 runs and get some hits with runners in scoring position, which will help you get 4 runs. All right, we're going to check traffic. Jose Iglesias is coming up shortly. More Gwynn and Chris from Baja Rick. We're going to give away the Fernando Tatis signed baseball right now to everybody who's here. For those who aren't, come on back with us after you hear some traffic.
This is the song that I put into the computer just for you. I felt like you would enjoy this song for some reason.
Sounds like something from my day, yeah.
Some yacht rock.
It's a little old.
Yeah.
Kind of putting me to sleep, so.
Well, you did just eat a huge cheeseburger quesadilla.
I'm eating most of it. Let's get things back underway. We are at Baja Rick's here, Gwynn and Chris. 97.3 The Fan. Darlene just won the big Fernando Tatis Jr. signed baseball over there. Good for her. Thank you, Darlene. Couple of quick scores in the playoff race. World Mets 2, Marlins nothing, bottom 4. Reds are in Milwaukee, just underway, scoreless. Right now the Mets are 1 game ahead of the Reds for the final wild card spot. The American League, Tigers, 3-0 over the Bo Sox in the middle of the 4th. Cleveland trailing Texas 4-2, top of the 4th. And then for the AL East, Yankees are up 6-3 on Baltimore in the 4th. Blue Jays are tied with Tampa Bay 2-2 in the 4th. And there's always one of these games at the end of the season, Skraby. White Sox Nationals. You know, there's always like that one game between two teams that are both like 90 games out of first place.
Yeah, it's very strange.
You wonder how they're getting motivated to play that game.
You know how they're getting motivated is they know they're done with the season in 3 days.
Yeah. Paychecks can be motivating.
Paychecks are very motivating. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think when you play in a bad team, you kind of go paycheck to paycheck. When you're on a good team,
it doesn't really matter.
You certainly want to get paid, but yeah, you're not really thinking about that in the same way.
That's a good point.
Yeah. NFL weekend, Skraby, what do you got lined up? We got some good games. Philadelphia, Tampa Bay, both 3-0.
Curious about this one.
I think it's, a chance for the Buccaneers to show that they're for real because they've beaten 2 really bad teams, the Jets. And, well, I shouldn't say 2, but the Jets are bad. I think the Texans are not great.
We're figuring out what's going on with them.
And they also beat the Falcons, but all 3 wins for the Buccaneers are on final drives by Baker Mayfield.
That is true.
Philadelphia is, they're the Super Bowl champs. Both teams won in strange fashion last week with blocked field goals and crazy stuff at the end of the game. But this is in Tampa Bay. Mike Evans is out. I think that hurts.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think Tampa Bay can beat Philadelphia. Philadelphia's looked, somewhat beatable this year.
They have. I like what I'm seeing from Baker Mayfield. He just seems like he has found his spot, and he's found how he needs to play this game because he's not playing like the old Baker Mayfield.
But
he's playing with a ton of confidence.
And a chip on his shoulder.
Yes.
And he's using that the right way.
As fuel.
The other thing is, I said it last week, and I'm going to stay with this, even though people don't agree necessarily. I don't think the tush-push can last that much longer. I think it's going to make it through the season because you can't change it in the middle. But I think that it's starting to almost be unfair. And I don't want to be a whiner because the Eagles don't play against my favorite team very often. But it really is becoming such an advantage now that instead of 1st and 10, the Eagles kind of have it 1st and 7. Because if they get 7 yards, they're just going to do that tush-push 3 times. And, they can do it, but it's just taking something from the game a little bit right now. I didn't think this so much last year, but I'm coming around to it.
I know. I was on this side last year mainly because it was being used against my team.
I know.
But it is, I hate to say that it's unfair, but you want a play that is able to be stopped. It's just not able to be stopped. Even though you have some of the biggest guys on earth trying to pack the middle,
they can't
do it no matter what. And I think that's where it's unfair. Is like when you're and then the false starts, let's put that aside. When you're trying to get to Jalen Hurts, you can't even get there because everybody's already on the ground.
Yeah. I know the other argument is everybody else should do it, but maybe everybody shouldn't do it. That's what I'm starting to come around to. Maybe nobody should do it.
Only one tush push a game.
That would be like the challenge system.
It would be like the challenge system.
Instead of automating balls and strikes, it'd be automated butts and strikes.
I'm sorry?
That didn't work.
I'm sorry.
That didn't work. All right, other NFL games of interest this weekend. I got your guys in Jacksonville. It's not a bad game.
It's not a fun game.
It's not the greatest game of the week.
Jacksonville's going to score 10 points.
Commanders are going to be without Daniels and McLaurin, so that's a story in Atlanta. The Bills try to stay undefeated against the Saints. You know,
game.
Look, they don't like to do this in the NFL, but somehow the Bills managed it. Home last week, Miami. Home this week, Saints. Home next week, New England. You very rarely anymore get 3 home games in a row, especially against 3 terrible teams in a row.
And I know that they're going to be putting them on the road later and playing on the roads hard, but they're also removing the Bills from something that can stop them, which is snow.
Yeah, that's true. They're getting a lot of that out of the way.
So it's rigged.
All right. The Colts.
He says, all right.
The Colts are 3-0. They play the Rams. That's going to be interesting. And then Baltimore at Kansas City. They're both 1-2. And that's kind of weird. One of them is going to be 1-3. I think it might be the Chiefs. I'm just not sold.
Have to win this game.
Well, but don't the Chiefs?
The Chiefs.
I mean, they can't go to 1-3 either.
They can't, but if any team's going to be able to figure it out after 1-3, it's probably going to be the Chiefs. But the Ravens, they're playing good football and losing.
They're not playing good defense.
Not good defense.
They've given them more points than any team in football.
That is a problem.
That's an issue.
That is a problem.
If you're the big, bad Baltimore Ravens, it is.
I mean, they're so far away from the defense that they used to have and was feared.
Packers get the Cowboys. That's the Micah Parsons game Sunday night.
I love that.
And Monday Night Football, really, Jets, Dolphins. The Monday night people couldn't be happier for that matchup.
Yeah, I'm sure that Trey Aikman and Joe Buck are really looking forward.
They're not doing that game. They're giving it to Chris Fowler and
and the other two, Orlovsky and Louis Riddick.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. We got
no break.
Oh, what happened to Jose Iglesias?
We have to do that.
Oh, that's right. We're not. I'm so bad.
See what I deal with every day, guys?
Yeah, I forgot.
Well, go to it.
Okay, here's our interview with Jose Iglesias. It was really fun to listen to, and that's not a lie. Jose, thanks so much for the time. How are you today?
You're welcome. Thank you for having me, guys. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Always great to have you. And, Jose, I had the pleasure. I know Tony was down in the locker room, but I was down there as well. And I saw you, having a good time, which I'm not surprised. You are kind of the leader in my mind of, enjoying and having a good time. So how would you rate our postseason celebration compared to some of the other ones you've taken part in?
You know what? It's hard to compare. Every time you get the opportunity to be in the playoff, it's a privilege, regardless of what team are you in. Definitely, it's. I think it was a special. I mean, last year, with the Mets, and we clinched on a game 162. That was special, right? It was a big game. You take all the way down to do that. But this year, also, this game, the one we clinched when Fermin got the walk off, and I got him over on the bunt, and it was a great all around game. That was a great game to clinch out of it. It was a great game for the fans. It was a great game. So I'm extremely happy to be part of this playoff team. And let's continue to take it one day at a time, right? One day at a time.
Jose, you've been a part of these kind of teams, more than a few times in your career. How do you approach these last 3 games? You guys have already clinched a playoff spot. I think the question now is whether it'll be here or whether it'll be in Chicago. Chicago making things a little bit tougher with their win earlier. But how does the team approach these last 3 games of the season?
Listen, you said it right. I mean, we have tonight in front of us, and that's what we have to focus on. I think the most important thing at this point, I always said, is health. Unfortunately, we just, we lost Laureano. That was a big loss for us, but we got to keep pushing forward. We got to continue to play the game hard in the right way and see what happens, right? You're facing in the playoff, you're facing good teams. So it's about fundamentals, about pitching, defense, and put the ball in play.
Jose, beyond some of those fundamentals, I mean, your Mets team last year that made it to the NLCS, and you guys knocked off two great teams to get there, Milwaukee and then the Phillies. So in your mind, what kinds of things are most important in terms of on the field and mental preparation to be successful in the playoffs?
Listen, it's experience is important. Control your emotions, and it's all about compete. It's all about compete. I think all those analytic numbers and this and that, yeah, those are important to keep your eyes on those. But playoff baseball, it's about competition. It's about courage. It's about personality. It's about just hit the ball forward and pray. Because remember, you're facing the best pitchings against the best teams. So, I would say in general speaking, I don't have the stat in front of me, but power is going to be low. It's not going to be, a lot of power in playoff. I think it's going to be more it's always come down to a blooper. It's always come down to an error. So that's what's like defense experience and pitching. It's to my standard, not the standard of the game, is very important, especially in playoff.
Jose, you mentioned having some type of success in the playoffs and really being experienced in the playoffs. And I think people on the outside here, having experience on your team is important, but they might not understand how. Can you explain how and when experience comes into play once these lights get bright in the postseason?
Well, it's played under pressure. It's played under pressure. That, you got to be yourself. You got to not, try to impress no one. And it's gonna be a lot of people watching to impress. But you got to understand that it's just play the game the right way, do what the game dictates, and deal with failure. Because you're gonna strike out. You're gonna have a big strikeout. You're gonna fail in a big situation. But you might have another opportunity, and that's when the experience is in your mind. And you stay sharp for that next at bat, for that next ground ball. That's what experience kick in.
Jose Iglesias, thanks for the time, obviously, and thanks for just letting us or coming to San Diego so we could watch you play every day. The thing that I loved, and I know Tony and we talked about, and the fans, is how fast your hands are. It is unbelievable. The play you made the other night, catching the ball, spinning around, throwing home, and I think any other runner than Terang, you would have got him out. So I was thinking, if you ever were grew up in the old West as a gunslinger, nobody would have been able to beat you, man. You would have shot them all down.
Thank you for keeping me alive.
Yeah, but did you ever work on fast hands, or is this something you just kind of had?
Listen, I always say there is a gift. But there is also a lot of work. My dad growing up, all I took I was just taking thousands of ground balls every day. And the reps, it takes you there. There's definitely, a gift from God that I maximize and by doing those reps on the daily basis. Because when I was little, all I did was just catching ball all day long. Any object I have in my hands, I throw in the air and I catch it. I still doing it, and it's a non-stop thing. I love playing defense. I've been very blessed to do it for so long, and also to get recognized. So thank you for the compliment. And like I say, reps is the secret. And I always say you catch the ball with your feet, and the hands are just along the ride.
That is, listen, young kids out there who want to be a good infielder like Jose. You catch the ball at your feet, your hands are just an extension. Jose Iglesias joins us here, Padre infielder. And Jose, you've had about 14 years in this league. You've been very fortunate to play a very long time at this level. And it wasn't always the easiest for you. At what point down in your career did the light go on for you that you really started to figure out, okay, this is what I have to do to have success?
You know what? It's never. I think by knowing that I would never figure this game out, I think that was the secret. I think that was the secret for me to stop being so hard on myself and start falling in love with the process of the things that you guys don't see, like the behind, like the weight room, the recovery, the nutrition, the sleep, the mental, all those are so important. I would say equal or more important than the game. You can't live on this game. It's a negative game. Is you can't live on results. So. I would say the last 4 or 5 years of my career, I've been falling in love with the process to get ready and play the game, and not being so caught up on results. And that helps me a lot, not just as a player, but also as a person. It's hard to detach after a game. It's hard to detach.
Yeah.
It's hard to detach your body. You know what I'm saying? Your person with the player. It's
sure.
two people, so it's hard to kind of separated, but I think with time and experience, I was able to do that. Learn from a lot of Hall of Famers that I play with.
Jose Iglesias, some really good words to not only just think baseball, but anything you're doing.
Words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom. Be in love with the process, not the results.
What did he say about the
That is a really
feet?
good one. You catch a ground ball with your feet. What he meant is you got to get position.
Yeah.
If you're in the right position, it's easy to pick it up.
You got to square your shoulders, which means your feet are squared.
Get your feet in position, and you'll pick up ground balls. All right, good news for Diamondback fans. The Marlins have tied the Mets 2-2 in the fifth. We got to thank everybody here at Baja Rick's, and we got to thank Baja Rick. Let's hear it for him.
Baja Rick!
For having us out here. Thanks to all of you. Skraby and I always humbled that you guys come out and hang out with us. We appreciate it. Hamby and our crew.
And Dante.
Oh, they're over there now.
Yeah, they're right over here.
But they move. Hamby moves quick, He's lightning
He's the
fast.
great Hambino.
He's lightning fast. Our sales guy, Rick, and the rest of the team that's all here from the station. Enjoy the games. We're back Monday to talk playoffs.
More. Kyle Ovenshire back in studio.
Kyle O! For Skraby and Tony, it's Chris. Good weekend. We'll see you Monday.
It's the